What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Pocket Cast. We are here with Jimbo, Sek, and the return of Pocket Mads. What's going on, guys?
What's up?
Yo.
Well, we're here. We have so many topics to cover, but you know, we gotta go with the fan favorite, Geoguesser. Are you guys ready to, get a dub? Because Tilly's not here to snipe these, awkward cards that nobody knows.
Oh, true. We're gonna actually be stumped for a minute. That's awesome.
Nah, dude, I think Pokémon swept last time.
I think I'm undefeated in my two appearances on the podcast.
From all the meta reports, he just knows everything.
The meta reports are carrying you.
Let's go.
All right, let's get started. Boom.
Who's that
Miltank.
Miltank.
I think Mads think Mads might have got that actually.
I
mean, we all said it basically at the same time, but I think he started saying it a little first.
Shout out to Miltank, bro.
Yeah, for real. Right, Sekiro?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm surprised Sekiro didn't get that.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie, bro. I clicked on a different server, bro, on accident.
All right, next one.
Who's that Pokemon?
Ursaluna?
Yeah, I know the
Ursaring.
Pokemon design. I just don't know the name.
It's not even
Ursaring.
in this game.
Yeah, I think it's
Yeah,
Ursaring though.
Yes, I got that. He's at Ursaluna. Is that how you
I've
know?
been haunted by VGC, bro.
I've never seen this card before. When did this card come out?
I'm gonna keep it a stack. I just saw it in my collection and I just screenshotted it.
All right.
I don't know anything. All right, next up.
Who's that Pokemon?
Oh, what the hell is that, man?
Circuit Dead or whatever it's called. Actually,
It's a
no, I
what?
don't. I was thinking of like the Amarouge first evolution, like one of the new card.
Is that a
But-
claw or like hair?
It's a claw. It's a claw.
It is a claw?
Oh,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
it's
yeah.
Klotzer?
No.
Oh,
Like
well, I don't know,
Corfish
man.
or something, I bet.
I can't remember the name.
Corfish? Do we have Crustle and
Oh
Dwebble
wait,
in the game?
Cloth.
Oh, is it
Is it
Cloth?
Cloth?
Is it the new Cloth?
No.
How?
It's-
That's
Nope. think basic, like old school.
Is it Krabby?
Corfish?
Corfish?
No.
Oh, Paris? Parasect?
Yeah,
Yep.
it's-
Parasite.
yeah,
That's
there you go.
crazy. I forgot
See,
that was
I
a crab
actually-
Pokemon.
I had an idea that like I had a feeling it was that, but I couldn't think of the name.
Bro,
And,
Yeah, I forgot the thing exists.
what is this, dude?
Yo.
Where are these cards coming from?
and not Sekiro bringing up Leaf Green and Fire Red. And couldn't name the first gen.
That's
Bro,
crazy.
but who uses Parasect, bro? Like,
The
come on, let's be real.
Parasect pull is insane.
I think I lost the game before I got to that area, bro. Chill on me.
Next up. This might stump y'all too.
This is an
Depending-
Oreo.
Depending on the last one.
Who's that Pokemon?
Gloom.
Oh, it is cool.
Yeah. Is it because you're the okay.
Bro, what a weird.
Bro, nah, I made a deck profile on this way back then. Vileplume was my go, bro.
Yo, that was way too quick. I'm not gonna count.
That dude is obvious. Anybody knows that's Gloom.
Dude,
It
I didn't know
was
at first
like
when I
you-
saw that. That was my first thought was not Gloom. He screenshotted such a strange part of the card. Not gonna lie.
I mean, if I did the red, I felt like that would have gave it away, like the head
Yeah, I saw that. I didn't know what I was looking at for a minute.
or the drooling part. All right, this one's gonna be the hardest one. You guys might not know. Somebody's gonna get it right out of RNG, but let's go.
Who's that
Azelf?
Pokemon?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
I forget which one
Azelf.
it is.
I thought people
Mesprit?
were gonna say Mesprit or whatever, but nah.
Yeah, it was one of the three. I didn't know.
Wait, dude, I didn't know the other one's
Let's
names.
go. Yeah, it would have been harder if
They
you
kinda-
had done the other two. I think people don't know those names as much.
I think that would have been like I would have been messed up. Because they all have like similar tails. Or am I tripping?
I think they all have
they're-
different tails, but it's the same concept, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're all the same thing to me. I don't fucking know.
Just different color, bro.
I know this is a primarily Pokemon Pocket podcast, but everybody loves Pokemon. Let's talk about Fire Red and Leaf Green remakes, right?
They're not remakes.
I know a lot of people. Well,
So.
yeah, you're right. Re-releases for
Yes.
$20 each. You know what's crazy about this too is Japan is getting a cool set like with glass Pokemon Pokeballs of the 3 starters and like the original like box art for both games for about like 127 USD, right? We're probably going to end up getting a mystery gift code with Pokeballs and potion. How do you guys feel about that?
I did see the like the premium box thing or whatever for Japan release. I don't know how that works. I don't know why they would do Japan only, but maybe they couldn't make enough of those for all the people that would buy them in like the US and whatnot.
Yeah.
But that looks cool. That premium sort of edition looks super cool.
Mm-hmm. I mean,
Yeah,
at least it gives different avenues to play the game. You go ahead, Seth.
I was gonna say, yeah, it looks cool, but I'm broke, anyways. So
What do you
doesn't matter
mean?
to me.
You were talking about getting the Switch 2. You were amped.
All right, yeah, but okay, am I gonna get the Switch 2 for like the like
For
the next
20
10 years, or am I gonna get 3 glass Pokeballs I'm gonna put on the shelf and never look at? Like, let's be real.
Yeah, I'm good
I was
with just
trying-
I'm good with just spending $20 and getting the code to download the game on my Switch, and that's it.
Facts. I'm getting Leaf Green, bro. I'm chilling. Venusaur gang, bro. Rise up.
I'm looking at my Switch 2, and it's literally a paperweight. I'm here just playing Pocket, free to play Pocket.
Champions
Let me
soon.
know.
Free to play pocket. Yeah,
Champions.
Champions is coming this year. I don't know when. But
We need champions.
Champions
We
should be
need
interesting.
champions. Yeah, nah.
I can't wait for everybody to
mean-
complain about it when it comes out. Just like everybody.
That's every Pokemon
Yeah.
game, though.
That's everybody.
It's the Pokemon community. What do you expect?
Right. No, you're not wrong. I don't know if I'm gonna buy the Fire Red Leaf Green on the Switch, but it is cool. It's cool that they're doing it. Yeah, I mean,
I like the home compatibility aspect of it at the very least. Like, people feel, I guess, more attached to trading them into champions. And, based on what we heard from champions, it's going to be easy to, manipulate and change the natures, IVs, EVs on the mobile app or game, whatever. So, I mean, at least players could feel like, oh, I had a Squirtle Charmander. I want to make this competitive or whatever, They could do that.
Yeah, I think most people don't know what any of that means, but for the competitive players, they'll be happy about it for
Yeah.
sure.
People will probably bring that Lapras.
Oh yeah,
He might.
yeah.
I'm bringing Venusaur. Let me know, bro. Let me get my Sun team.
There it is.
Find the best Sun user,
Oh,
bro.
Chlorophyll?
Champions and that Venusaur. Yep.
Chlorophyll?
Chlorophyll, bro. Sleep powder. My
Torkoal,
Venusaur popping off, bro.
Torkoal and
Mega
Venusaur, best
Charizard?
combo.
Mega Charizard Venusaur.
No, I might.
Charizard, why?
That's right.
I feel like Hydreigon is gonna make it home somehow, but or like Torkoal.
Yeah, that would.
Imagine.
Yeah, it's gonna be strange, and it's gonna champions will be fun. I'm really just curious to see like what the game actually is, because I think people like battling, but the majority of people don't double battle. Like I just don't, you know what I mean? If you think about like all of the people that play Pokemon, just the typical player, like I don't think they're that interested in double battles. But I also don't know if the casual player really understands like the depth of competitive Pokemon, right? Like so. The way I envision Champions coming out is like people downloading the app and then playing and then getting just absolutely stomped by all of the actual competitive Pokemon players, and they're just gonna be like, what, because it's so in
Well,
depth.
isn't that like Pocket similar? Like you go on rank and then, oh damn, Hydreigon.
Oh no, dude, because like the casual player can just play Hydreigon and beat
Right.
the best player in the world with ease.
Exactly.
They
That's
just
the
need to
upside.
win the coin flip, man.
All they have to do is just
Yeah.
watch my channel
That is true.
and build those decks.
Like
Same.
they just roll, high roll.
No, I think Pocket has a huge advantage because it's just such an easy game to like get into and understand for the most part.
Yeah.
But competitive Pokemon like VGC is lit. I'm not exaggerating. I think it's the most complex, difficult competitive game ever by a mile.
It has so much layers.
Yeah, it's
Like
so
that. Like
difficult.
you wouldn't know until you actually like deep dive into it.
Yeah.
So
But there's
I feel like
maybe they have other other ways you can play battle and do stuff in the game. Like I don't know what the game's gonna be, so I have no idea. But yeah, we'll see.
yeah, I think I'm the lucky one where I like only care about VGC. So I know for a fact we're getting that. So that's all I care about.
Yeah,
As
I
like a
mean,
ranked double mode, I'm chilling.
I feel like that's gonna be a game that they'll care to add game modes for people to play, whether it be like, oh, you could battle past gym leaders or something like that.
No, they're not, bro.
You don't think
Let's
so?
be real. No, dude,
The
they're giving us.
casuals would be like go crazy on something like that, where you could bat NPC battles.
Back in Gen 6, they had like free for all battles, which were super fun, like the
Yeah.
1v1 v1 battles. You remember those? Those were very fun. I hope they have that in the game. That's just great content.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think we're getting a better. I mean, my theory, or like what I feel like we're gonna get like VGC, like so the doubles, aka doubles. Maybe a singles mode, which would just be like the singles mode in the actual game, and like that's just kind of it.
I think it'd be 3v3.
And, like, a
I think
ranked
it's
ladder.
like Battle Spot is typically how they do singles. At least like in the games.
Yeah.
Because like those are the
Yeah,
two
yeah,
game
yeah.
modes. If you're in like Scarlet and Violet and you go to battle, it's either single battles 3v3 or double battles 4v4.
Yeah, because just I mean, based on what happened to Pocket, I'm not gonna assume they're gonna add anything more.
Well, it'll have like
So.
I assume it'll have a ranked, which is a big deal, right? Just in general.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I'll be happy for. Like I'm definitely gonna play on stream at least.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Do you think the ranked will only be there like 2 weeks on, 2 weeks off,
It'll
or
be- I don't know, dude. They're gonna release monthly.
24/7, you know they ain't dropping the ball
I mean,
on that.
They're gonna release monthly
what are
Pokemon
they-
packs.
Yeah, or I think it's called is it the GC Cup or something? Like there's like the GC Cup things too. I don't know if that's the exact word, but it's like the I think it's like that weekend tournament thing or whatever, or like it's kind of like a weekend ranked mode where like you can get like the qualifiers for like the actual Pokemon Worlds event. So there's gonna be that probably too.
Yeah. No, I think like Champions will be similar to Pocket, although I don't know if they're going to be able to monetize the game like they did Pocket, but it'll be one of those things where they get 300 million people to download the app, and then after a year, there's going to be, 1% of the player base still playing it, and then it'll just ride out, So
I think the monetization in that is just bottle caps, all the whatever to make the stats,
Oh my gosh.
buffed.
that's
Yeah,
gonna be
that's
that's gonna be
what's
toxic, dude.
literally. Yeah, and that's gonna be like part of a subscription service that was
course.
kind of leaked earlier. So there is gonna be definitely a subscription service. I don't know what it entails, but that was one of the things that was leaked from that. But yeah, no.
Yeah.
Anybody
Do
else?
you think they would do like costumes, like kind of how Unite? I feel like because it's Champions, it's like that, not like a mainline game.
Oh yeah,
If they
wait,
spent time,
they had,
like imagine like
trainers,
a
custom-made
$20 for a
trainers,
top hat on
yeah.
your Pikachu or something. Like,
Yeah,
You can
can't
customize
wait.
trainers in that game.
Cannot
oh
wait.
yeah,
for
it's gonna be
Champions.
customization for the trainers.
It's gonna be.
Yep.
It's gonna be great. It's gonna be so. It's gonna be a ton of fun.
Imagine taunting in that game.
Dude, we need
oh my god,
what they miss in all these games is the voice chat. Imagine if you could play Pocket Ranked and have be in voice chat with other.
Oh, that would be amazing. Bring back Call of Duty.
Yes.
I was gonna say, I think Pocket voice chat and ranked would be worse than like
Oh,
OG Modern Warfare 2 Call of Duty.
it would be insane.
I would have to leave that shit disabled because I'd get banned like so fast, man.
It'd be hilarious.
They have it in Unite now. I think you can like voice chat in Unite.
Voice chat as in
Only you
Unite
can with
players
your
are crazy.
team. No, I actually remember that because I did play it kind of recently, and
Oh,
like
wait.
you basically just get like some guy slurring
Yeah.
constantly at you.
Yeah.
And you're like, dude, the other people on our team are probably like 12-year-old kids. You should probably not be saying that shit.
Yeah. Gotta love Unite. Gotta love it. They haven't given it a release date, right, for Champions?
Nah, hopefully the 27th we get the information
Yeah.
on
Yeah.
Pokemon Day.
Yeah. I'm sure they'll probably
Actually,
announce that.
that's a good segue. What are you guys expecting from Pokemon Day other than Generation 10? Because that's I think the obvious, right?
I mean, yeah, I think Gen 10 for sure, but they're not going to probably showcase too much of it. Maybe they will. I don't know.
Mhm.
Probably like the names and title.
Yeah, I would expect like a TCG set announcement, and then probably just some like filler stuff for like a bunch of small little games, not Pocket because they're not going to show anything for Pocket.
They hate
Uh,
us.
Yeah, I think
I also have some code.
we'll get like a 4-minute cafe remix, whatever it's called.
Yep.
Add like a
Yeah, they
plug.
should
Oh, we'll
add
probably get,
rank to
like,
that. They should have
2 of the
ranking
Netflix
cafe.
series.
I think there's gonna be like a show. Yeah, I think there's gonna be like a
The side duck.
yeah.
3D one.
There's gonna be like some type of a
Yeah.
movie show type thing. I don't know what it'll be. For sure.
Some like Poketopia type thing to like promote the game. Is like, oh, you don't have to battle with your Pokemon. You could do this. You could Animal Crossing with them.
Dude, we got to make a server.
I think
like,
Pokopia.
low-key.
Yeah, I think Pokopia is gonna be huge. Like I really think it's gonna be.
Y'all down for a pocket server for Poketopia?
I'm down.
Down as well.
I'm completely unaware of what this even is, so if somebody could
Okay, so
explain
I'm
that
not-
to
Animal
me.
Crossing.
Animal
Pokemon.
Crossing, but Pokemon.
Yeah. That's
What?
that's
Okay, I actually also have never played Animal Crossing, so like,
All right, you're lost, bro. You're
Yeah.
My
lost.
first one was the newest one on the Switch, and low key, I'm not gonna cap, bro. Kind of a banger.
It is. Animal Crossing's
For
fun.
like first 2 months, bro, I was super like immersed, and then my island that I
people
chose, I didn't
fire.
realize you can't change the lakes, and it was like not in the center, bro. And my OCD went crazy, and I stopped playing.
wait,
Yeah.
this was big during like when COVID first
COVID,
hit, right?
yeah.
Oh, dude, I was on Escape from Tarkov. Honestly, that's what I was playing during when that shit hit.
Yeah, everybody had their niche, whatever they were on.
COVID was a crazy time.
But yeah, I mean, one thing about Pocket that we've been getting is these weird trailers with these costumes, for Cocos, like revealing a magic hat. I mean, a Pokeball and saying, Alakazam or something like that. Hinting that we're gonna get like a Mega Alakazam or something like that. And then today I saw a different trailer, which was like another 10-second. Like I'm not gonna lie, I hate those. Like, I mean, they're so like, bro, you should have just put them all in one. You know? It's just like,
The little tidbits on the
yeah.
Twitter and on social and whatnot. Yeah.
I mean, creative, but whatever. It's not my thing.
Yeah, they did that for this set, didn't they? Or it was this
This
one,
set.
right? They did all the the little teasers and whatnot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're overdosing us with this, with the
Well,
new ones.
I don't think I thought it was Alakazam at first too, because someone told. I think actually, Eric, you said that, but it could just be for actually Meowscarada. Meowscarada is a magician,
Right, that's what I initially thought.
and then
but
the fire starter was just singing, and that's what he does. So I just think that just might be for the starters.
You guys
Is
think
Mega
Megas are
like-
cooked?
nah, I mean I think we'll get more megas. I think this set specifically isn't like a mega focused set. Like in
Yeah, we
terms of
might
like
get-
the
Maybe a 1 or 2 if we even get. I mean, we might just get only X Pokemon, to be honest.
ah,
Which I'm also down for.
it'd be crazy if they didn't give us megas. Because it's like
Well, there's only 4 Megas from Paldea if they only choose Paldea, and
they're not gonna only choose Paldea, bro. I mean, have they ever done that though? I don't know if they've ever only done like it's.
well, it's weird for Megas. We've never seen a Mega Mini Set yet, so we don't know how many Megas we even get.
What was the
So
the
well, I guess we know we had Crimson Blaze, but that like
Yeah,
was
dude.
weird.
I forget about that
The
set.
3 starters that were terrible.
Well, it was the 3 starters, and I don't know who even knows.
What a weird.
They didn't showcase us anything in the trailer, so there's really not much to, like even
We
speculate.
still need
just
Lucario.
all-
I don't know why we haven't gotten Mega Lucario yet, but maybe it's in the mix.
That would sell.
They're
That would
probably
definitely
saving that
sell.
for when the
So-
game's dying.
Dude, what for when it's
You mean
for
right
when it's
now?
I
done.
mean, now.
From
That's why they have. No, dude, they're saving Lucario and like Charizard X.
X and
Yeah.
and like I guess it's a good. There's a lot of megas, man, and a lot of popular megas too. Like I'd be curious because this is Scarlet and Violet. Like you would think maybe they'd go like the Paradox route, but it's weird because like we're on the out of all of that. Like the Scarlet and Violet era is kind of over. They're not like all of the DLCs out. All of like the actual TCG had all of those sets featuring all those Pokemon. So it's kind of weird. I don't know what they'll do for this set, and it's a mini set too. So I mean, there's not gonna be that many cards in it. I'm curious. Very
Here's my
curious.
conspiracy, but I'm probably gonna be wrong. Terrestrialization.
No,
Also 3-point.
The terrestrialization's funny. Like it never. I don't think it was relevant at all in the TCG, like mechanically wise, from a competitive standpoint. But it was cool because you get like a lightning type Tyranitar EX and stuff. So like it was kind of like what did they used to call it? Was it Alpha series? Like the back in the day, you get like Pokemon that were just different types than what they normally were in the TCG, which was cool.
yeah, like the Gold Star Pokemon.
Yeah, right. Like way back. This was way back. But yeah, I don't know. I honestly, I have just no idea what they're doing with Pocket right now. Because we can get into it, but the Paldea Mini Set releasing on Pokemon Day, it's just so random.
That threw me off.
It's so
It
weird.
threw me off.
None of it makes any sense. I don't know what's
yeah.
going on. I really don't know.
I think it's just
Well-
Pokemon, bro.
Yeah, nah, it definitely could be. But I mean, we'll save those conspiracies for afterwards. But let's talk about Meowscarada. What do you guys think about its future sight like attack? 70 damage at the end of the turn in any zone that a Pokemon is in.
Yeah, Flower Trick, right? That's what it's called.
Mhm.
Yeah. I think the card. You guys can go. You guys can go first, but
I love it. I think it's gonna be cool. I think it's gonna be a skill-based deck because you can definitely fuck that one up big time. I think it's cool that you can stack damage in active. I'm excited for Meowscarada, honestly. That's the one thing that I'm looking forward to in this game.
I think it's super unique, which is always a good thing. You know what I mean? Like, I think hopefully it's good, and hopefully it can find its way into like a strategy that's viable. I haven't really started testing or theory crafting with it yet, but the mechanic of the attack is something we haven't seen before in Pokemon Pocket, which is always like refreshing to see. And like Jimbo said, I think there's going to be skill involved inherently with it, right? It's not like things like that are, I think, just good in general to come to the game, mainly just because I think they reward like playing the game properly, right? So it's just sort of a more high skill gap thing. I think there's a lot of really cool mechanics with that specific type of attack, because you target a spot and then at the end of your opponent's next turn it takes damage, right? So that means that they can't heal that damage, right? So it's guaranteed, which is really nice, because if it was just 70 and then 80, they could just heal and then it would be much less effective. But it's effectively just a guaranteed 70, and they can't really heal it unless, I guess they have like leftovers or maybe something weird like that. But or Citrus Berry, I forget the item card, their tool card. But I think that's really cool. I also think it's a single energy attack cost, which is cool as well, because it's turn one. Like, I think cards like that are always fun. It's less setup, it's less high roll in a sense. I mean, it is kind of, but it's not. Yeah, and it's grass type, right? And we know, Hydreigon and Absol all weak to grass and whatnot. So I think it's gonna be pretty cool.
So one thing too I want to say about that is, like, I could foresee situations too, like where you bring the Meowscarada out and you're building it from the back and it already has the 2 HP. I mean, the 2 grass, right? So that being said, do you just like, it really is a situational scenario in what game state you're in, right? Obviously to take care of the backline, whatever you're staring at in the front. But at the same time, most scenarios, you'll just be willing to attack for 80, right? Because like you'll do 160 damage instead of 150, right? You would choose that.
Yeah, so you could Flower Trick and then just Cyrus the next turn, right? So it's like a guarantee, even if you're just targeting a bench, like it's just a 150 combo, which is really cool.
Yeah.
Again, that's where like the complex part, like most players could mess it up too and just get like little greedy and try to go for the 160 versus like seeing long-term plays or stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, if
many avenues.
If your opponent doesn't get their Hydreigon, Rare Candy, then the Dino gets KO'd, right? So that's relevant, even on the bench, which is really cool. So that's going to put a nice pressure on Hydreigon specifically. It's also going to mean like they don't really want to bench Absol, because it becomes a pretty easy target, because he will 2-hit KO with weakness. 160 HP as well. We don't want to miss that. That's a little low. I think that's actually the lowest.
It's very low.
But I think it's the lowest amount of damage on a stage 2 EX, or HP on a stage 2 EX Pokemon we've gotten so far. Which means to me that they definitely think that they don't want it to be too strong for whatever the reason. But I don't think the HP really matters a whole lot. And like you said, you can leave cave.
I think they did that because they know how strong that ability can be in the right hands. But yeah, like you said, leave cave, I mean, really helps out that it's grass. Getting it up to like 190, right?
Yeah.
Can survive like can survive some shit.
Most things, but 190 is a lot of HP. The other thing too that I want your guys' opinions on specifically, because I don't know if many people mentioned it, but we already have Meowscarada package from the good old days, right? So we have the Call for Family Sprigatito, and we have the Naughty X Meowscarada, right? So like, how do you guys think will pair in, right? If that's going to be.
Oh yeah, I'm immediately trying to like port Meowscarada into a Decidueye deck. I'm just building, like Meowscarada Chingling with, baby Meowscarada as well.
Yeah, I think that's going to be.
You play one.
Yeah.
Right. So it might be a situation where like you see the Decidueye, depending on how the format is gonna be shaped, right? You're either gonna play 2 of the Meowscarada EXs or 2 of the baby one and 1 EX. Because like if we're gonna be primarily on like an EX, right? Format where like because of the deck, Hydreigon sees us play. Not that I'm saying that it will see us play.
Yeah, it can flex.
It's still kind of broken.
The deck can flex.
But in a situation like that, it's like a meta call type of thing, how everything adapts, and especially with the release of other cards that might influence it. So I would say it's kind of early for that, but like I would say if anything, it would be like something like that scenario where it's like 2-1 of like either each EX or non-EX.
Yeah. I think that makes a lot of sense. I mean, I think if Hydreigon is, of course, like at the beginning of this next season, Hydreigon will see a lot of play regardless. Yeah. And of course, the non-EX Meowscarada is not going to be very good into Hydreigon. So maybe like a 2-1 line or something going into this new season. But I mean, it's just such a, it's also weird too, because it's only like, you might even run Meowscarada just for the single energy attack, right? So like, and it's a 2-prize Pokemon. It's not a Mega. So you could put something on the back line and manually kind of set it up, right? While you just sort of hit with Meowscarada, maybe damage the bench and then set up for a second Pokemon. You could even like run like a Pinsir in the deck as your like, as your late game option or something. Like, I don't know. I'd be curious. Maybe you just go Meowscarada into Meowscarada. The one thing that does scare me about it is like, clearly it's just not going to be able to beat certain strategies because it doesn't hit a high amount of damage. You know what I mean? Like the decks that do heal or play damage mitigation or just have a ton of HP, it's obviously not going to be that relevant. But in some matchups, it's going to be very interesting. Like even
you combine that 130 and the 70, that would be amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and right. That's why I think. Yeah, it's why you'd probably run that Meowscarada.
Yeah. I'm just happy we got like a decent grass card finally, bro. At least it seems decent. I like the attack because like even if your opponent wants to play, like if you get like an early one, if your opponent wants to play around the 70 damage, it's gonna force them to like kind of like waste their energy. So that could be like one benefit. So I think it's gonna be like one of those cards. Like if you get a fast, it's gonna be a good deck. Slow, it's for like depending on what you played with, it's gonna not have like the power. I think the one where I have now is like Chingling is probably gonna screw that deck up way too much. Like I think Altaria, if they just have Chingling, he's probably just gonna be able to sweep the deck. Yeah. Unless you can set up the Meowscarada and do like the 70 damage into like the non-EX one, but card looks super fun.
Yeah,
so I'm down.
I mean, we have Growth Extract, which I don't know. I think you're gonna play this definitely with Rare Candy because of the low energy attack cost, but you do have Growth Extract perhaps if you wanted to play it. Altaria is obviously an interesting one, but yeah, like it. I think Meowscarada is going to be really fun, and I think it's going to be probably really good into maybe some relevant matchups, but it's not going to be, at least at first glance, unless there's some deck that kind of pops up with it that's broken. I just don't think it's going to be like a tier 0 dominant deck, but I think it'll be a really fun like inclusion, to the meta.
Like tier 1, tier 1.5, something like
that.
I
would say tier 2 in my
1.5 to 2 is how I'm feeling about it. But again, if it has specifically really good matchups, then, that might increase its viability.
There is Beedrill Meowscarada we had, so maybe we could like cook up that. I'm kind of down for that, bro.
We got Mesa Gosa. There's
you could play Meowscarada Decidueye, where like it was a deck back in the day. Like you could actually just try to make a new version of it. I don't know how you're going to be finding all those cards, but
yeah,
you could definitely try.
Cards, man.
So are we seeing the rise of Poncho? The stocks?
It could. I mean, if Meowscarada is that good, and if there's like something that can pair with it,
dude,
I mean, definitely.
I think Poncho's a really good card. It's just some decks don't really care to play it. Doesn't really matter. But like the decks that do use Poncho, it's very useful. You know what I mean? So
like the Charizards.
Yeah,
I think
100%.
once the format adapts to something like that, I feel like that's why Pocket is introducing more cards that snipe like the bench. As you can see, like a bunch of electric types are starting to have that in the last couple of packs. Even in this pack, I think, what was that mouse that starts with a P? Palmy something. It does
Palma.
like from the trailer. I think it does
Palmy,
a little bit
yeah.
of damage on the
Oh,
bench.
yeah,
Yeah, the
the
first
basic.
stage.
Yeah, just 10.
Yeah,
It's like the
that's 10
Pikachu.
damage.
Isn't there a Pikachu that does that?
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
so, yeah. I feel like we're heading towards that type of gameplay, and they're pushing for that bench so people can start, utilizing the cards that were released. So,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
I just feel like that we're moving. I mean, I won't say Pocket is like completely brain dead as like, oh yeah, let's just bring Gen 9. You know what I'm saying? At least they got some sort of like, hey, let's make these cards playable. Like
Yeah.
even to a small extent.
I know a lot of people like were kind of disappointed that this wasn't like Hoenn or like Gen 5. Like I know I've been waiting for a Gen 5 set. So a lot of people were like, oh, it's Paldea. And they saw some of the reused artwork and they were probably just a little bit disappointed. But I honestly, I think this set's going to sneak in a bunch of super meta viable cards. Like that's sort of, I'm getting like Shining Revelry vibes out of this set in a weird way. Like just where it's going to like seem like whatever. And then it's just going to be filled with like stuff that is like very meta viable. That's just my random guess and assumption. But we'll have to
I
see.
pray that it is.
Yeah.
I agree.
I just need things that are good. We just need good Pokemon. That's all I care about.
I mean, every mini set, bro, has shaken up, besides Mythical Island and obviously Crimson Blaze, but I feel like those are like kind of like the twins of like year 1 and year 2. Every mini set besides those have always shaken up the meta. Trampolite, Tier 0, RC Stalga,
Yeah.
whatever. ED Crisis, Guzz, Buzz, Savali,
Dude.
Suicune, obviously Secluded Springs, and then Sylveon Dominance and the other one. So
Mm-hmm.
there has to be, dude. There has to be. If we have another month of only Hydreigon or Altaria, I don't care if the decks are still there, but we need other decks that can compete. And if we don't, bro, then
For sure.
yeah, this we're kind of cooked, bro.
Yeah.
We're kind of cooked.
And they didn't announce any Mega Pokemon, which is strange, right? In the trailer, that doesn't mean there won't be any. But that also kind of scares me a little bit because like there's the Mega Pokemon really aren't that relevant in the metagame. Like Altaria is the only like I would say like top tier Mega Pokemon that we have that's competitively viable. So I would like just something new that's a Mega, but I guess we'll wait and see.
I'm kind of
Just
down
because
for
I
no
know-
Megas though.
Just because I know people will cry. We could talk more about that subject about that. How about Gholdengo?
I think it's good.
About that?
Bro. That card's
I
crazy.
think it's being overrated by
think
like
so?
a lot of people.
The
Because
TCG variant.
How
is nasty.
how
That's
do
all
you
I'm
get enough energy on that thing fast enough that it makes sense?
Dude, if you go second dial, like obviously if you go
If you go
Dialga,
second
like,
Dialga and you charge it twice, it's a stage 1
You're gonna
doing
have
the
5.
same amount of damage as fucking Rayquaza EX, which is a basic that you could just put that metal energy on.
you're doing 150 though. Requires only does 120.
It's got
So-
it's got
I
you
thought
can
it was like
poncho
40.
it. You can
Isn't it
poncho
40
it.
per metal energy?
It's 40 per metal, yeah.
Yeah.
But the thing is, Dialga's got
Keep
150.
stacking.
Dialga's got 150. And you
Yeah.
can keep it alive pretty easily with like metal core barrier if you wanted to.
Yeah, the only benefit over like what I'm saying is the only benefit to running Gholdengo over Rayquaza is just like you have access to like metal core barrier and what's that other one? Adamant's
Adamant's a
whatever.
terrible card, but yeah.
But it's like that's the upside. But now you're running a stage 1
Yeah.
to do that.
The thing about
This is a deck you just play Rayquaza. It's a basic.
yeah, but you get KO'd
No.
is the issue with Rayquaza. That's got 140
But
HP, right?
He has no cap. Gholdengo has no.
It's
cap.
no cap. The thing
Yeah.
about
but like, are you
Gholdengo-
really gonna sit there with a Dialga for 3-4 turns charging it?
Dude,
I think
it's
you
gonna
can.
beats Altaria though. It destroys
does.
Altaria's backline. Like it's specifically an Altaria counter.
It is
Like-
a specific Altaria counter, but like
the thing about
Hydreigon, I mean, is cooked.
the thing about Gholdengo is that if as long as you can live one attack, the total amount of damage that card's going to put out is kind of crazy. Because if you come in with 4, like just say you do come in with 4, including the energy you attach for turn, that's 160 on the board. And then if you can live an attack, then you do it again for 200. So that's 360 total damage spread. So like if you can get like the 3 or 4 energies on Gholdengo and you just come in, like you might guarantee the win unless they can win a KO Gholdengo. But most decks,
that thing's gonna be nasty.
Yeah, or
Look,
the
I
targeting just
got
screws you
a
over.
Crown Dialga, so I would love for this to be like a real deck. I'm just saying, I'm a doubter right now.
yeah.
Oh, I'm not saying it's gonna be like a tier 1. I think maybe bottom of tier 2, if anything. Maybe like even like the top of tier 3. I don't think it's gonna be anything meta defining.
Yeah,
it's
I
actually
think
a
it would be
playable
like
deck.
tier 3. I don't think it would be tier 2.
But imagine
I'm
like
trying to say.
against slow decks. Like I know the meta right now is a little bit tough against it,
Yeah.
but like imagine going up against like a slow setup deck and you're just like,
Do you
oh,
Snorlax?
yeah.
Snorlax, you one-shotting them, bro.
Steal it.
And you're like, oh, wait a minute. No, he's like, we got a 12 energy Gholdengo. The game's over. So it's like, it's one of those Exodia like auto win decks if you don't like get ahead of it early in the game. But you go up against Hydreigon, you know. But that's the other thing. Like, I don't know. Like, Dialga's a big guy in the active. Like, it's going to live 2 hits potentially, or it's going to live for 3 turns regardless, you know, because nothing's really going to 1-hit KO it. A Hydreigon can't.
Yeah,
An Altaria can't.
Yeah.
So, you know, what does Dialga do? Is it just 1 energy?
it's
No,
2.
it's 2 for
That's
2.
It's
It's 2.
Listen, like we're in legitimate territory here because like I mean going first it's not going to be good and you also have to lead
yes.
Dialga. So that's the
Yes.
issue with the deck inherently, but like
Imagine going first, leading with your I forget what the basics
Gimme Ghoul?
called for
Gimme
Gimme
Ghoul?
Ghoul.
I mean, it's
Imagine
gotta
going
retreat
first,
at
leading
1.
Gimme Ghoul. Like oof.
just play X
Just
speed.
use Leaf, bro. Or
Honestly, you
X
just
speed.
let it go down. You just
But then,
attach
alright,
Dialga
but
and
like,
you let it go down.
there is only so much room, right? So you need to run all the cards to keep your things alive. You need to run your X speed now. You need to run an Oricorio out. Like how? I don't know.
First, I think it's one of those decks where you just lose the Oricorio. I think if you try to build for
No,
Oricorio, bro, then you're not building it right.
We're not worried about Oricorio
Um,
anymore. It's
But if you actually go second or just have the goal get anywhere, like maybe your opponent bricks, you can just put 2 energy on him, bro, attack for 80. And maybe he snipes 80 on a Swablu. Like you never know. Maybe he does 80 damage on a freaking Mega Opsal in the
I think
back.
you play disruption. I do. I think you just play like
Yeah.
red cards and stuff, and you just slow the
Just
game down early
silver.
on, and if they can't get over Dialga, then like you kind of do sweep. Like I know it seems tough. Like the attack is crazy though inherently. I just think that the deck will have the early game inconsistency of course, but maybe there's something like maybe they just haven't showed us something that you pair with Gholdengo. Like we don't know. Like maybe Metal Saucer comes out or like something crazy. You know what I mean? Like we have no idea.
Yeah,
but just at face
that's what I
value.
was saying. That's what I was saying on Twitter because somebody was telling me like, "Oh, Gholdengo's gonna be good." I'm like, eh. But I was like, you know, we don't know what else is in the pack. There could be something that actually makes it like pretty good, but with just the current card
Just
pool,
Dialga.
I'm very skeptical.
Yeah, with Dialga, it's gonna be interesting for sure. But I'm genuinely I'm curious on how that's gonna go because it's not something we've ever seen. Like they've taken like the Wug Trio like Dragonite stuff and then added it like combined it with Celebi, which is a pretty crazy. Like we just haven't seen that before. Like you say Rayquaza when like for sure, but like that's 4 energies to do 120 or something. Like this is a little bit different. Where
well, that's the
you
same
know,
amount, 4 energies to do 120.
Well, it's 4
It's
energies
the same.
160.
It's the same rate.
It's 4 energies 160. And you can hit
Is
for
it
200 on the next
160?
turn. Yeah, so it's actually 4 energies 160 because it's 40 per energy. And then but then it goes to
I thought
200 next
Rayquaza
turn.
was 40 per energy as well.
I think it's just a total of 120, I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure it's 30 4 times.
Is it 34 times? Let me look this up.
Rayquaza's a bad
thought it
card,
was 40.
first of all. Why Rayquaza's definitely a bad
yeah,
card.
I agree. I think it's a bad card.
Yeah, but you know, I think it's the prospect that
Uh,
Gholdengo could live a hit and then go and then detach and do it again. Like that's
No, it does
is it 160?
44 times.
All right. Yeah, with what 140 HP?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, it's kind of similar. So it's a little bit
same,
less. So
same rate. It's
you
just
you'd go 140, 140 instead of going 160, 200. So maybe it's not even that big of a difference.
But it doesn't need
Yeah.
4 to attack.
Yeah, you could do
Say
it with
if you're in a
less,
situation
exactly.
To 3 or less while
Yeah.
you're building up and tank a hit. You know
That is true because sometimes Dialga might not. Like if you do go first, like you said, you only get 1 Dialga off. Then Gholdengo only has 3 energies in that first attack, so you're doing 120 and then 160.
Into a punching bag.
I don't know if that's enough. I don't think 120 into 160 is enough to win games. Maybe if you get lucky against the right like matchup. But it's pure RNG. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which
And
this
you
game
can't
is-
overkill something. You can hit a
Oh.
Chingling for 500
Yes.
damage with that card, and I'm sure that's going to happen to someone, and it's going to be funny. But
Yes.
Macargo
No, for sure.
gang.
Macargo. Oh yeah, that's another one.
We'll have to see, but like again, these types of like slow roll, like kind of setup decks are like really dangerous these days because you have Core Barrier and we have Ice Pop. You know what I mean? Like you can play that deck and like drag the game out pretty long.
Yeah.
It is possible. So we'll have to wait and see. Inherently, it's an RNG deck, so I don't think it's ever going to be top tier. But it might just be, I don't know, dude. It might be kind of crazy. We'll have to
It
wait
could
and
be
see.
rogue, yeah.
True.
Could be rogue.
Yeah. Be crazy if Dialga was meta, though. Imagine Dialga
That'd
came
be
back.
I'm
awesome.
down, bro. I miss
so
him.
many Dialgas. Bro, I'm traumatized from Dialga, honestly. This is kind of a tangent, but like when I first opened Spacetime Smackdown, I started on the Dialga pack, and I opened like in one 10-pack, my first 10-pack, I opened like 3 of the immersives and like 2 of the base EXs. I couldn't get any other EX from that pack. I could only pull Dialga. I finally got sick of it, switched to the Palkia pack, and the first pack I pulled Crown Dialga.
That's crazy.
And I got so tilted, but like also it was pretty awesome. At the
He
same time.
mocked you, bro.
Has anyone even tried
crazy.
to bring Dialga back? Because like you could play that with Kangaskhan, just like we used to play Arceus Dialga. Like I just don't
Like
even know.
Kanga's 3 and colorless, so you would just like a baby's just more efficient.
Yeah, you have to use Leaf. Like, because like then you like
Yeah.
guy gets like Cyrus back in, you get trapped. Then they Ben snap you if Jirachi for 20 turns, or they just put you to sleep on Swablu. But let's just
I mean, the baby's more efficient, but the babies don't deal damage, you know, and they get KO'd by like
Real.
Poison Barb Nightlight.
Yeah, Doggo 30 does KO Chingling.
Dude, it does 30 and it lives a hit. So you're doing 30, so
Yeah.
that's 60 plus a Kang damage. You come in with Kang, like that's how you one hit KO stuff. I just don't think the meta's like that. Unfortunately, Hydreigon is the meta game. So
Yeah.
there's nothing.
Yeah, it's too fast.
There's never a reason to talk about anything from a competitive viability perspective other than the only thing you need to discuss at the moment when looking at a card is can it beat Hydreigon? And then how is that
And
matchup gonna be?
Meowscarada can do that.
Can
Let's
it,
go.
though?
I'm
That's what I'm
hyped.
wondering. That's what I'm actually wondering.
So the matchup
would.
depends. If you go first with Hurricane Meowscarada, you win. If they go first with Hydreigon, they win.
Do they win?
That's just gonna be the matchup.
Do they?
Well, see,
Yeah.
not if you run Chingling.
Dude?
Yeah, if you just go
It's
Chingling
either-
into Meow, like they lose every time. I think. I don't
Yeah,
think they
but
can ever win.
let's be realistic, bro. Let's be realistic. They spawn in without Poison Barb Neo Lego every single time.
I'm sacking the Chingling. I'm sacking the Chingling so that they can't
No,
evolve.
same.
Dude, we have Guzma. We can just play Guzma. It does exist.
No, I know.
Oh, you could even play like Comfey. If you just throw it on the bench. No, you wouldn't do that probably.
Yeah.
I-
Well, if you start Chingling, that's a different story. But like if you don't start Chingling, and then it's just whoever went first.
Yeah, man. We got to talk about Hydreigon, and I guess you guys probably may have already talked about it on a previous episode, but that
Every
is
episode.
a big issue. And I think Ice Pop, dude. I think we have to think when you see new cards, you got to think, can I Ice Pop this? You know what I mean? Like that's a big factor in the current competitive meta. Is like, can we utilize Ice Pop and be absolutely broken? Because certain decks can, and you know some can as much.
I'm still convinced that card's like 70-30. Nobody's gonna tell me any different.
It's
Well-
a messed up card for sure.
The reason why people interpret the RNG improperly is because the first time you use it, it's guaranteed. Like, so it feels like it's more because on average it's healing 40 damage. Like that's the average. That's how the math works out, right? With like the infinite sort of tiering of probability as it goes on. You're, like if you average out all of the different coin flip probabilities and then you add them together, it's just a guaranteed 40. So on average, or not guaranteed, but it's an average of 40. So on average, when you use Ice Pop, it's 40 HP, which is just 2 potions, which is inherently really strong. Like that's still a good card. Like even if you
Everybody gets Lily type of healing off me.
40,
I
Lily
think
only
it's
heals
him.
6. Yeah, Lily is a conditional supporter that heals 60. Why does Ice Pop guarantee 40? It's just kind of crazy.
No,
Not
every
guaranteed,
time I play against them, 60 is being healed, and I'm like, damn, there goes my
Yeah,
win
man.
con.
And all you need is 40 or 60 sometimes. You know what I mean? It's like,
Yeah.
all right.
I did lose a game today where they needed to hit, like, they needed specifically to heal 140 HP off of one Ice Pop, and they did.
and they did, yeah.
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 Simon,
Every
did
time.
you have a Mega Absol from 30 to 150?
That's what it was. That's what it was.
Oh my god, dude! I had a game, bro, where I was like, I'm playing Poison King now. I like knocked out 2 Hydreigons. You know, I'm living. I think I Illimut or something. Picked up my guy, and he has I attacked the Mega Absol, bro. I think I used a Geo or something, or took some poison damage. It was 130. You placed it on a Meowth, in a Hydreigon deck, swaps out to it. No, I haven't used Geo yet. So and then he puts the Meowth in, and I have like two choices where I have like 10 cards left in my deck still. And so I get Professor for the 1 copy of Cyrus, or I use the Giovanni. I get 2 attacks into the Meowth, they KO it. Dude lands double head, so the Meowth doesn't die. Swaps back into the Absol, and goes back up to 180 HP. With a popsicle, Brad. I'm just like, all right, and then I lose the game.
Dude, that's
like,
yeah, man. Meowth is another card too. Like we were just talking about Gholdengo. Like why not just play Meowth Gholdengo and then play core barriers for when you go into Gholdengo, and then like you just most of the time you're going to come in with 3 or 4 anyway with double Meowth.
Loki kind of spin. Hold up.
You know what I mean though?
Kind of spin.
Like there's stuff like it's such a weird. The metagame now is so strange, and I don't think we've had a full opportunity to like explore some of these cards because it's just high roll slop, right? It's just Hydreigon, rare candy. But there's so many things in the game where if Hydreigon wasn't in here, it would be crazy. There'd be this just absolutely insane stuff going on. But hopefully Meowscarada can handle Hydreigon. That's my hope. Like I would absolutely love that, but we'll see. I guess if you play Ogerpon, then you can just never take poison damage on Meow, technically. Right? I don't know if you would, but just saying.
Yeah, you don't get sleep scammed, which is like huge.
Yeah, and it's only like so maybe you just go Meow into Ogerpon. By the time you go into Ogerpon, maybe you already have 3 or 4 energies onto it, right? So it can hit full damage.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. Yeah. There's opportunities there.
And you could still run the Chingling, right? So you can Chingling into the poison barb if you attach a grass energy to the
Yeah, you gotta grass the Chingling.
I swear to God, I would do that. That would actually probably end up working out. That's so funny.
I think I'd probably rather run Guzma than something like that. But you could though. I mean, realistically, yeah, man. Because like if you Chingling lock them and then you go into Meow, like it's over. You know what I mean? Like
you need 1 energy. You need 1 energy for Flower Trick too. So it's like
the thing is, Flower Trick. If you hit with Flower Trick, they can just rare candy after. So you'd want to Chingling like Mars them or Chingling red card them and then hope they don't.
I mean,
don't have it.
Yeah.
I mean, there's not enough space in the deck for all that, but
there is though. I mean, it's just only. I mean,
you think so?
You just play double Sprig, double Meow, 1 Ogerpon, double Chingling. Like that's how the Pokemon count for most decks. That's what Hydreigon does in terms of Pokemon counts. That's about the max. I think every deck plays about the same amount of Pokemon. If I'm being honest, I think if we look at every deck, they're I think all like 8 or 9 Pokemon, right?
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, you also get shut down by Chingling if you don't play Middle Evolution though. So.
Yeah, I think you definitely play at 2-1.
And also you would want like probably Baby Meowscarada.
Maybe if it helps. Like I don't think it's gonna help into Hydra, so I don't know if it really even matters that much. But I think a dynamic of Meowscarada, truthfully, is that they're never able to bench Absol, so that might be helpful enough, right? Because like if they could never bench the Absol, then you kind of just win anyway. Because like all you have to do is go through 2 Hydra, and which you should be able to do with double Meow, right? So
they're found a way.
That's true,
right? Though, because like they literally can't ever, you know what I mean? Unless they somehow.
I'm thinking Baby Meowscarada's in the deck for the Altaria matchup because 70 into 130, 200 one shots the Altaria if it stays inactive.
Training Arena Rocky Helmet will KO you though without Leaf Cape. They also play Chingling. So I think you're losing that no matter what.
Yeah, I think the Altaria matchup is so good because Chingling. Like then you're forced to play the stage 1, and then I mean technically like I think that matchup is just cooked. That's like unless if you play specifically like the Chingling Meowscarada version, it's just gonna be like not an auto loss to Altaria, but
we're not worried. I'm
probably like a 60-40.
I'm not. There's other things that beat Altaria, so I'm not even worried about Altaria. Like if Altaria is the top deck, I'm fine with that because like a counter meta can develop and then we go on from there. But
I guess you know what, you're right. You don't actually, because if you're running the Ogerpon too, you could still do.
If you have Ogerpon, yeah.
I like Ogerpon. It kind of makes sense.
Ogerpon hurts, man.
Ogerpon's a legit card. To
some degree, might be the best EX card.
I played a little bit of that Leafeon Ogerpon deck, and honestly, it feels pretty real.
It's good into Hydra. It's good into Hydra.
I do like it.
It's actually decent into Altaria also. The problem is you just really have to start Leafeon.
Yeah.
If you don't start Leafeon, the deck just falls apart.
Well, that's kind of a lot of decks, bro. Like you lead Absol and Hydreigon. You just take the loss. Like You know what I mean?
Well,
Like most decks just do have a lose condition, like a hard draw lose condition.
no, unless the only deck that doesn't is Altaria.
Altaria, exact. Altaria is the
They
go.
don't have a
so
bad start unless they play the Greninja version. Yeah,
Altaria is the
which
go.
like,
It's by far the
dude,
best.
that deck is it's by far the best deck in my
It's
opinion.
'cause of
I think
Swablu.
it's better than Hydreigon.
It is better than Hydreigon,
yeah.
but it's less annoying because when you play Altaria, you're like, okay, yeah, like they're Chingling locking me and I didn't play Middle Evolutions. And then, like, you know what I mean? You're like, this seems, it's really good and consistent, but it's fair. You know, it doesn't feel like you're just.
I don't agree because if you are beating them, then you go for sleep.
The sleep
And then maybe it's
stuff
just a skill issue, bro.
The sleep stuff.
Because
is an issue.
I can't land heads. I think sleep is more annoying. I honestly would rather play I would rather play a whole day of Hydreigons than like 20 Altarias back to back.
There's no
I
way,
swear to
dude.
God.
There's no way you say that.
No, I told you. I swear. No, I swear to God.
Maybe
I
Altaria
hate
Greninja.
Meowscarada that much,
Maybe
bro.
Altaria Greninja.
All of them.
But
I had a game today, bro. Like I just get like yeah, when I was playing earlier in the morning. I mean, dude, I'm famous for getting swablued, bro. All I do is just fall asleep for multiple turns. Every time I get scammed. So I think honestly, Swablu sleep is more annoying than Popsicle.
Swablu.
I know Popsicle is more broken, but
yeah, I think people massively I think Swablu is a massive reason why Altaria is by far like one of the best, if not the best, Pokemon in the game. It's just ridiculous. It's the fact that you can just say, well, I guess I'm gonna lose, but I'll just try not to. I'll just flip a coin here and see if I win. You know, like you always have that option with Altaria, which I think is really, really, really silly. Crazy from we've talked about it so many times.
I like the Altaria mirror match.
Dude, I mean,
well, you play
I don't mind
Altaria,
it.
so
No,
you don't have a
mirror
losing
match.
matchup. Yeah, you don't have a losing matchup though, so like it doesn't matter what you play.
Altaria
Mirror
does
match
have a
is
losing
fun.
matchup.
No, bro. Yeah, bricking
No, it's
or like not landing
no,
the sleep.
dude, you know what Altaria's. Well, Altaria has a 90%
or
losing
Choreo,
matchup.
yeah.
Yeah, it's Mag Choreo.
It's Magnus.
The issue
But
is that you can't play
you
Mag
can't play
Choreo.
that though.
Gorgon,
Exactly.
yeah.
Exactly.
It's the problem.
I
It's
was
Hydreigon's the
playing-
problem.
I was playing Mag or Choreo today, and I was not losing too bad to Hydreigon.
Yeah,
I
it's
will
about, I think
say.
it's about like what is the math? I think it's around like 38, 39%, which isn't really bad.
No,
that bad
it
at
can't be that bad. I was like,
all. I'll pull it up.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Is
well,
it
you just
that
play the
bad?
Gorgeist version, so
Yeah, the Gorgeist. Yeah, but the Gorgeist version's bad, worse than everything else. Which is,
I was playing the Gorgeist version today, and
No.
it's real fun when you're like, you got your Swablu and your Pumpkaboo on the fucking
it's-
bench for 10 turns, and you have 5 cards left in your deck, and 4
No,
of them are your stage 1s. It's
it's
awesome.
actually it's gotten
Just be
dramatically
like
worse.
Ericko.
By the way, it's a 27% win rate for Mag Choreo. So far this season is what the data shows.
No way. That's crazy. How
Yeah.
was I beating Hydreigons today?
I don't know.
because you start Punkaboo, bro. You just snipe
80
out the
No, I was
10.
talking about with Ori Mag.
Ori
Oh,
Mag is
Ori.
actually the best, dude. It's got a 27% win rate into Hydreigon and an 80% win rate into Altaria. It's actually the go.
That's about,
Shout out
about
to
to be
this deck,
that's about to be
dude.
Meowscarada.
Shout out to this
It
deck, bro.
averages out to be pretty decent, huh?
Well, yeah, because you actually
And the-
have a winning matchup in this week in Greninja as well. So, I mean, it's
Actually, whenever I play Magori against a Suicune Greninja, they always have like I don't get both my Magnemites turn 1, and they have their on curve Greninja plus Cyrus just in their opening 4, and then
it's hilarious. It's only a 40% into Gorgeist. So like the Gorgeist is really, I mean, it's turning basically an auto lose into a 60% win rate matchup. So that's pretty good. But yeah, I think a lot of the issues people argue about Hydreigon and Ice Pop and all of that, which those are inherently toxic cards. But I think that the big root of the overall meta development and the reason why Hydreigon not just is annoying as a deck, but its implications on the greater metagame is annoying is because it takes Oricorio out of the metagame. And it doesn't, that's a very bad thing to do when you're trying to, have a healthy meta, quite frankly. That's my opinion.
Yep. No, I agree with that actually 100%.
Dude, people hate Oricorio. Now they hate it
I
because
don't
it's
know
gone,
why.
you know? I've said it for like 10 months or however since Oricorio came out. It's like it's the protector of a healthy meta. Every single healthy meta we've had has had a relevant Oricorio deck, and I will stand on that.
I agree. I am an Oricorio hater at points, but dude, trust me,
It's the truth.
he's
Cards
needed.
healthy for the game.
It's so
Like, yeah,
healthy.
you could definitely have annoying at the like sometimes like I played a Decidueye, bro. I ran into an Oricorio. I can't find like the non-EX Decidueye. I'm playing some other deck and I can't find the Ori out. But like sure, and that might be annoying in the moment, but overall, like Oricorio, like everything you say about like you're the biggest fan, and I agree, man.
Yeah, I just
like,
want a healthy
we need
meta,
them.
you know. And Altaria always was balanced. Like if you guys remember, like nobody really thought of Altaria as like the craziest deck ever. You know what I mean? Like everybody considers it strong and it's been strong, but like it's never been. Nobody's like everyone talks about Suicune Greninja and Hydreigon and stuff, but like I think a big reason for that is because it always just lost to Magnezone or Corio and it kept it in check, which is great. You know, it's an
I
important.
tried everything in my power not to play that Altaria when it first came out. So now we're in the meta that we have to.
It is sad
To be
though.
fair.
Like those are the only decks that play Chingling. Like that's what's disappointing to me. So you can't like.
Yeah, and that's another reason it's so broken because it's the only. Like, I mean, there is technically Greninja, Chingling, Absol, but I'm not having that much success with it. I know some people are in like the top 100. I can't do it this season. It just feels terrible. So it's like Altaria is the best Chingling deck. Even last season, bro, I thought Grand Altaria was definitively like the best deck
by far. Yeah, I still
So
think it
it's
is
like-
actually. I think if I'm going to play in a
Oh,
tournament
yeah,
and try to
same.
win, that's the deck I'm playing. But
Yeah, that is literally the best deck. You might lose the one Magnezone or a Corio, but the Hydreigon's like hopefully eat him first. So
Suicune's a little suspect as well, but it's not bad. It's not horrible.
yeah, the new stadium kind of made it an even matchup because the Grand version
Yeah.
was always decent in the Suicune because you have that high
Stadiums.
damage, and then the other versions, the stadium just was a huge
The
buff.
stadium's crazy. I was like, it's 10 into, it's like, you know, it's like 10 damage to Altaria. I was like, it's going to be kind of good. And then I was like, nah, like it really does make a big difference. That 140 number is way better than 130. But to your point, the Chingling, I think, only really sees play with Altaria mostly because of the Lycia package. And I think people also very much underrate how insane of a card Lycia is. And when you're playing Jirachis, Swablu's, and Chinglings, Lycia is inherently super, super good. It makes the deck so consistent. And I think that's why we really only see Chingling and Altaria. The only real reason why other decks don't play it is because you kind of want to play it with Lycia. And there's not that many other meta strategies that have 50 HP basics. You know what I mean? To pair with
Yeah,
it.
you know what I just thought of? Like, I don't know if you guys remember when Magnezone or Corio first came out, or like got the I know they got the buff and was it Crimson Blaze that got the new cards?
Yeah.
I think
Yes, yeah.
I feel like when I first came out, people were actually playing that with like two Chinglings. I wonder if that could have been like a way to have the deck be Hydreigon as well. Like, and they just stopped playing the Chingling, so like,
Oh yeah, I forgot about
Yeah,
that.
well, that was the thing, but
Yeah.
but Hydreigon at that time played middle evolution. It played as Wylos and stuff.
yeah, now they don't. So I wonder if like people like just
yes,
are
1,000%.
not changing the build up.
The issue though with Chingling right now is that it's Poison Barb Nihilego, which is another
Yeah,
really
yeah,
annoying
yeah.
aspect of Hydreigon. So Chingling just doesn't feel that good.
True.
But again, in Altaria you can play like they're playing Comfey, they're playing Klefki. So like Altaria just has everything it needs to utilize
Yeah,
Chingling, where
true.
other decks kind of don't. But do you? Sorry, what were we talking about? What was the last thing we were talking about? How did we get to here?
We started with
that was
Hydreigon being
Hydreigon.
broken.
And then
Hydreigon
moved
being
to
broken and
Altaria.
Somebody
Sorry,
somebody
yeah.
mentioned Hydreigon. Yeah, we went off.
These weren't even, you know what, like we were just talking, like the actual
3
topic we're
hours.
supposed to be talking about right now is like Meowscarada and
And
Gholdengo.
Okay, yeah, that's
And
what I
then we
thought.
just got here.
Pokémon's asked like our thoughts on
Bro.
Hydreigon, and then we kind of went on that
Bro,
rant.
this is
Oh,
how
yeah.
this is how my videos are 45 minutes every day. It's just it's
I mean,
insane.
It's
But
a- it's
I
a
think we could
joke.
all talk shit about those two decks for like 2 hours.
Yeah, bro.
Hydreigon's an issue, man. It's
is.
It's a real problem. I don't think
It's
anybody's
so
having.
insufferable.
swappable.
I am not having fun playing ranked.
No, what's fun
I
about
mean-
playing ranked right now?
Exactly. That's the issue. Like I used to have so much fun playing ranked in this game.
Yeah. Well, I think the core issue is the last 2 sets haven't introduced any significant new meta deck. So the meta game's gotten pretty stale just because it's still Altaria, Suicune, and Hydreigon.
I actually didn't have fun playing ranked in like B1 either because I just don't
Okay.
like. I'm sorry, just like copycat rare candy decks are not interesting to me. They're just not.
Well, Altaria is not a rare candy deck. Copycat's every deck though, so the meta is just Copycat now.
I don't mind copycat. I mind it paired with rare candy. I need
Yeah.
you know what I need is a stadium with global Chingling effect. I keep saying this. I'm gonna keep saying it. Stadium with global Chingling effect, please.
It'd be way too good though.
It would be way too
Yeah,
good.
because
That's what we need. We need power creep. Like we need enough power creep to like just get rid of this shit. Get new shit in.
Yeah, I
You know?
think they've dug themselves a pretty big hole with Hydreigon specifically because I think if you want to fix the meta, you gotta deal with Hydreigon
You
specifically.
literally, the only way you can deal with Hydreigon is just by power creeping it.
Well, yes, I agree, but also like you don't want to replace it with something that's also annoying, right? So you gotta, I think they have to put something in the game that is specifically really good into Hydreigon just to get that matchup out of the way, but also has to be able to like contend with like everything else in the meta. So it has to be generally strong enough, like you said, the power creep, but it just has to be something that beats Hydreigon. I don't want like a Hydreigon V2 and just have it be better. I don't want that.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Same.
Because the inherent issue with Hydreigon, and I've said it a million times, is that it doesn't matter if it goes first or second, right? Which is it's the only thing we've had in the game like that. Because these high roll decks have always been balanced by like, oh, if I go second, I can rare candy and attack, right? But like Hydreigon's like, nah, like I'll just do it going first, which is so ridiculous and just the worst thing ever. I think that's a big issue with Hydreigon. And I just don't know how you deal with it other than I don't even know.
New cards.
Yeah.
Just make like 3 good grass decks in the meta.
Yeah, just
And
something
then-
grass. But yeah, because then maybe fire comes back. If we get like a top tier grass deck, I think actually might do it. Because there's a lot of really interesting, maybe Blaziken comes back or like a Charizard type deck could come back because that could be pretty fun. I think
I'm tired of Blaziken. I like Charizard. Why? I actually think that's like a interesting deck, but like Blaziken to me is just like it's just
just worse than
Hydreigon,
Hydreigon,
but
yeah.
not as good at it.
I think Blaziken's really slept on this meta.
I think so too.
But-
I said it today
Oh
in
yeah,
today's
it's good.
video.
It's good right now.
No, nice.
It's just people play Hydreigon.
Go to
so
mines.
Why I play Blaziken? You know?
Well, it beat. Yeah, true, but it beats Hydreigon. So
Yeah, but right. But at this point, everything beats Hydreigon. That's the meta. We're in like a two-face meta game, unfortunately. And it's always how I categorized it. It was like there's a top deck, and then you either play that or you play the decks that are good into the top deck, right? And that's like that was always what the metagame was until we got Oricorio, and it was like, okay, now we have a 3-face metagame. You not only are you you have to be one of the top decks or a counter to the top deck or Oricorio or a deck that can somehow also deal with Oricorio. The issue with Hydreigon is that it covers 2 of those bases at the same time, is that it's a top deck and it beats Oricorio. So it's like, what are we? It's just anyway. Sorry.
no, you're good,
My
man.
bad.
You go on.
Oh yeah, so actually, real quick, we should segue into the little fun topic that we have built here. We do have a all packs of all time, tier list.
Let's go.
So we could run through this and start off with Mythical Island. How do you guys feel about that? Where should it be ranked?
Wait, why
So
are
is
we
there no
not
Gen
starting
Apex?
with Genetic
Yeah.
Apex?
Because this is the list that you sent me, and Mythical Islands is right there. So
Well,
we're going with
They're not in
Mythical
order anyway, though. So let's just can we
Yeah,
do them in
they're
order
not.
Let's
though?
start
I
with
feel like-
Genetic Apex.
Yeah, let's just do them in order. Let's just
Give
do
me-
them in order. Wait, Ericko might not know the order though, bro. He didn't
I
play
don't
so.
even know the order.
Okay, we're starting with Genetic
It's-
Apex, Erico. That was the
I think-
first set.
I think the way this has to go, by the way, is that Ericko has to be the mediator. So I think we all give our rankings, and then he takes them and then puts them somewhere based around maybe our collective average of what we think.
Yeah.
Yeah, but see, he's gonna fuck up Eevee Grove. We'll wait till we
Nah,
get
you're
there.
a hater. You're a
We'll,
hater.
we'll see what happens, bro. We'll see what happens.
All right.
You're a hater.
All right.
Also, you need to make one more row. There needs to be an F tier.
No, there needs to be like a Z, bro.
I think you could just get rid of, just make
Yeah,
DF.
call it.
Just call it F, because that's how tier
Yeah.
people do tier
Sorry.
lists.
There we go.
Go.
This was honestly okay. So it's like kind of like weird because looking back now, Genetic Apex was fun. It was like dominated by Pikachu, Mewtwo, Zard. Because like it was the first set, like maybe this seems low, but I would probably put it like B because it's kind of like the standard. Like it wasn't like amazing, but it's not like trash. Like it was just like it was like I felt like it was like average Pokemon Pocket.
It's a cop out answer, but I'll take it.
No, it actually is, bro.
I think that it was more fun than that. Like, I remember Genetic Apex, and it was just more fun than a lot of these packs. So,
All right. What do you think then?
I'm not. It's got to be above B.
You going A?
See, I just have a
Yeah,
bunch
let's
of
just go A.
Oh, see,
We
okay.
don't- if we put it in S, there's gonna be too many things in S.
See,
And
the-
it's probably not objectively S. Anyways, I think like A.
I'm gonna be the
Okay.
hot take machine here, okay? Because like my take with Genetic Apex is that this is a bottom 3 meta of all time. And I'm looking at it objectively because I think everybody was super hype about the game because it just came out, so we didn't have anything to compare it to at the time. And I think everybody was just happy and they were having a good time. If you take a look at this metagame, because like you said, it was literally Mewtwo, Pikachu, Zebstrika, and then Charizard. But the reality of the metagame, if people remember, if you go back, the last like 3 major tournaments were all completely won by Charizard, because I think at some point people realized that high roll is high roll, and Charizard just actually did beat everything if you just drew the card and you flip heads with Moltres, which kind of salted the whole thing. Like I remember watching one, or I think it was an Ursa Days finals, by the way, and it was Pikachu versus Mewtwo, and Zapdos, to win the game, he had to go into Zapdos and get 4 heads to 1-hit KO Mewtwo, or 3 heads or whatever it was, and he did, and he won, and that was game 3 or whatever, and that person won the set.
That was based.
And I was like, dog, this game is yeah. Anyway, my opinion about Genetic Apex is that we all have nostalgia for it, but it really was quite poor. I would maybe put it F, but I'll give you a C tier. That's my answer.
Oh,
I just want to say, I want to clarify this right now. We are going, like, we're rating these based off of like the entirety of
the season,
the season, and not just like how it ended. For example, like with the Space-Time Smackdown, right? We're got to think about like more so the Dark Zone meta than the Celebi.
Yeah, the beginning,
meta.
middle, and end.
Yeah. No, and again, like this, it was fun because it was a good time. It was new, But if it was, we had Misty Articuno, you had Moltres, Charizard, and that's what it was, honestly.
But yeah, Pikachu was like, the OG Pikachu deck was like probably like one of the more fun decks ever, because that existed before Cyrus, so you could just like, have this electric box type deck where you're just like retreating all these different tools out constantly, and you don't get punished for it. I think that was awesome. Like I do think it was an A tier set overall for me.
It was kind of go second with Pikachu, or you're kind of getting mopped, right? A little bit though. But
yeah,
again, like I said C, I think someone said A. Like I think I'm okay with like a B. Like I don't mind that. I really don't want to put it really high because I think there was just a lot better seasons. But
I guess we're averaging it out to a B.
But like I did play it with Suck, and it was very bare bones type of pocket, right? So I mean, a lot of people, by the sounds of it, I had fun. Like from coming, what format was that? Was it Fantastical or the end of Crimson Blaze?
It was during Crimson Blaze.
Yeah, like it was refreshing them playing that Crimson Blaze meta. So it was definitely unique and fun. It's coming from somebody that never played it, right? So I mean, that being said, with the mixed answers, I think B would be a fair.
Yeah, I think B is probably. I had a ton of fun with the set because at the time, like there just wasn't anything else. Like that's what Pocket was, and it's nostalgia, and the tournaments were huge. It was fun. Like it was fun.
Yeah. Part of my answer too is like I didn't get into the tournament scene until Mythical Island, so I was just playing whatever the hell I wanted in casual. And for me, like making content was just fun, playing like Marowak and stuff like that. Blastoise.
Marowak, dude, let's go. Yeah, I mean,
Marowak
people
was so
complain about
good.
the RNG. It's so funny to me because like literally Genetic Apex is all RNG. There's no skill really involved other than like using Sabrina at the right time. You know what I mean? There wasn't Cyrus. Like everything was either coin flips with Moltres or Misty, or you just drew into Gardevoir.
Articuno, Misty,
yeah. Like so, it's so funny when people complain about the RNG because it's always been in Pokemon Pocket. But there's a fun, like RNG can be fun. Like it's not a bad thing about RNG.
True,
it's just whether it's super frustrating or not. I
just think we just have a bunch of unfun RNG because like Marowak honestly bro is based.
And Marowak was so big, dude. Oh.
Love
when that Mewtwo had 3 energies on it, next turn you're getting blown up, but you hit double heads, 160, knock that bitch out of here. Oh,
my favorite deck. You guys can tell me your favorite. My favorite deck was actually Pikachu Raichu with Lieutenant Surge. Right?
Oh,
so
that one was.
You
that
act
was so
speed
much
retreat
fun,
and come in hit for 130 with the Raichu. It was sick. Like that was fun, man. It was fun. It was a good one.
Mine was Venusaur. Very. Very surprising. Venusaur, wow. Who would have thought?
What about, were people playing Weezing back then? Was Weezing a thing back then?
Oh, dude.
There was some Weezing floating around.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Like Weezing Dragonite, Weezing Arbok, the Team Rocket deck, and there's
Koga was fun.
I think even like Koga and Weezing, bro. Actually made me like, I never liked Weezing before this game. But that package, like, actually changed my mind.
There was also, Was it what's his name? Blaine. Remember Blaine's? The Blaine fire?
Yeah.
Oh, I do, bro.
Oh yeah, I
my executive
remember
remembers.
Ninetales was always like. There's always that one guy who top cut with a Ninetales
Yeah.
deck.
Yeah.
That deck was actually so bad.
This was before Cyrus,
Looking
man.
back.
Before Cyrus, like it really was nostalgic. I will say.
Mm-hmm.
All right, B tier.
So
I like it.
Mythical Islands
Oh, okay.
is next, right? That was the second.
Yeah, man. This is Gyarados EX. This is Mewtwo.
Celebi.
Yeah, Celebi Superior, which was kind of a meme, but Executor. This was Executor Celebi, if you guys remember.
Fighting box, yeah.
Remember the
Also.
fighting toolbox was sick. Aerodactyl was fun.
I think this is A, bro.
Did we get Marshadow in this set?
Yeah, we got
We did.
Marshadow.
We
Yeah,
got
Marshadow.
Marshadow was.
It was basically, it was either Farfetch
Yeah.
or Primeape, and then it was Marshadow Aerodactyl.
Feel like the game started to
Yeah.
get like a skeleton, like
Mew
with
EX?
its decks and stuff and everything. Just
Oh, dude,
you know.
Mew
Mew
EX is so
EX,
big.
this-
Mew was
yeah,
so cool, man.
Yeah. What I remember about this set was that the two main decks at the time going into Mythical Island were Mewtwo and Charizard, which both KO'd themselves. They were just 1-hit KO decks. And then they came out with Mew, which just countered both of them, which I thought was actually pretty cool for them to do. I liked Mythical Island.
I think it was a really good set. It basically just made Genetic Apex just better. It just added decks. It didn't really power creep anything. It made like the top tier decks not as good because, like you said, Mew EX, like Pikachu, like you said, bro, was like kind of like fizzling out or not doing as good because like Charizard, like the Charizard Arcanine version.
Charizard got dumped.
And then
Got dumped on.
and then Gyarados came here, and then Pikachu had a purpose, of Substrika.
Right.
And then Celebi was doing Celebi things. Venusaur is actually very niche. So
Yeah.
I remember
go.
getting featured in that Pocket Mats video.
I mean, looking at the meta, like it was like Mewtwo was still seeing play. I guess at this time Gyarados was seeing play with Greninja, but there was no Cyrus, so it was kind of fine. And like you said, Zebstrika Pikachu was counter to Gyarados, and then I guess Executor Celebi, like Executor coin flips, I remember people being pretty annoyed by. But and then Fighting Box, like you said, Scolipede,
A great set.
remember Scolipede?
Oh, dude, the anti-Mewtwo Pikachu
Yeah.
lost everything else.
He
but those two
literally
decks
was
farmed.
so bad into everything that wasn't bad.
Yeah, you're right. My favorite deck I ever built actually was from Mythical Island, which was Weezing Mew with double scoop with Expeditioner and Koga, and just
Oh yeah, that
in the
was
cycle
cool
deck,
too.
cycle poison deck. I like Mythical Island, man. This is what I'm most nostalgic for, I think, personally. So I might be
It's
biased.
peak, bro.
What do you?
No, I think it's peak.
What do you think, Eric?
I would put
Yeah.
A.
Well, depending of what I'm hearing, is like it was a nice addition to Genetic Apex that boosted everything up. What a side set should like typically be, enhancing the first set
Yeah.
and creating new decks. So
It never
it would
was
sound
since.
logically to go up to an A tier.
It's the first and only time a mini set's actually done. I think what mini sets are supposed to do.
Now we got a different one.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
weird.
all of the mini
But-
sets after this were were
We're dog.
well, they were something else. Dude. They were something else.
They're mini sets have felt like
enough.
full sets, and then full sets have felt like mini sets.
yeah.
Besides
Yeah.
Mythical Island.
Yeah. Well, anyway, I'm going A
agreeing
tier
on
for
A?
Mythical. I'm going A tier. I don't think this is like I want to be exclusive with my tier lists here, but I think easy A minimum.
Yeah, same.
A tier. Put
A
it
tier?
in A.
Because it was like, and I like that because it really was like the Genetic Apex upgrade,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
The DLC.
yeah, it's what it was. It was the expansion. It was the DLC.
So we got the next one, which
Ooh.
is Space Time Smackdown, the introduction of Mars and Cyrus. I still did not play during the Cyrus, so I won't put too much.
Yeah,
ahead.
man. Power creep is what I'll say about this.
I mean, I will say, the only thing I will say, we got banger cards. So I don't know. I feel like it's meta defining, and
Oh.
I feel that's kind of
It
relevant.
was.
Yeah, man.
But
Honestly,
I
I thought the early Dark Zone meta was so fun. I thought the mirrors were fun. I loved that you could run like, either
Dark Greninja?
the OG Kanga or the Druddigon. I don't know. There was a lot of fun
This-
aspects to that.
Yeah, this was so again for people watching. Like it was like Darkrai came out, Magnezone came out, Cyrus was added to the game, and And then what was it? Mars was added to the game. We also got tool cards. So this was Giant Cape Rocky Helmet coming to the game. So massive changes all around in this set. Say it again.
Meta defining.
Yeah, dude. This was like coming from the Mythical Island era. Like it was things were turned up to like a million.
Yeah.
But actually, the number one most played deck, if people don't remember, was Executor Celebi. It was
That was only the last week though.
this was the most played deck of the season.
It got tainted though. I will say
it got
that.
tainted in the last week.
Yeah.
I also am biased towards the deck. I think the deck is kind of cringe, but I can't say that because I won a tournament with it.
It is. It's all it's a coin flip deck. So I think a lot of people were.
Lucky
yeah,
players.
I will agree, bro. Like I think the whole last week, these Executive Celebi thing was like waste. Like it was kind of annoying. Definitely not as fun. But like the whole season, you used so many decks. You had Dark Red Magnezone, you had Dark Red Greninja, you had Skarmory Magnezone.
You had Palkia. Remember the Palkia
decks,
Yeah, the Palkia stuff.
Yeah, you had Palkia, Dark Red Rewild. You had even Dalgayon Mega. There was just so many fun decks, dude. Yeah, Dalgayon Mega was so base.
18 trainer
Pachirisu.
Pachirisu.
The coolest deck.
Cool.
Yeah, that was a thing. Yeah, there's just so many meta but yeah.
Oh yeah. That was like a C tier deck, but
Yeah, it was.
that was still fun.
It was off meta.
It was B tier in that set. I would say.
Man,
Nah, I don't think. I think it was like a C tier.
I think this set had so many bangers, but like when I look back on this and I rank it by like the meta game, because this was pre-ranked, but like when I think about the meta, I don't know if I think about this as highly as I did Mythical Island in a weird way. Like in terms of a fun factor.
I think
it was fun until it really was fun until the Celebi shenanigans like took over.
That was like week 2 though. It was like week 2 or week 3.
No,
it wasn't that
week
long,
3.
anyways. But like,
Yeah, but this was actually I think the shortest season we ever had. In fact.
yeah, so it really was not like that big of a portion of it.
I'm curious.
I think I'm so biased towards the season.
I need to look at when these sets came out because I'm almost positive like this set came out and then the next mini set came out like 3 weeks later or something. I forget, but the turnaround was super quick. I remember.
Yeah.
Could be wrong about that.
For me, I'm just gonna say it. For me, Space Time Smackdown was A tier, even though it had that bullshit at the end that kind of tainted it. Because honestly, like at the very start of it, before the Celebi stuff, it could have, it would have been like top of A, bottom of S for me. But like with the Celebi, there's no chance. It's like bottom A now.
I'm all right. Yeah, I'm all right. A tier.
I'm putting it in A.
Yeah, I'm all right. A tier, but below Mythical. Like it's gotta go.
Yeah.
It's gotta go.
I had like hella tournament success in this season, so I'm definitely biased. But I think it's definitely A tier.
Just so many decks, though, so many different decks.
I mean, for me, it was fun because like I had success with Dalgayon Mega, and then I switched to Dark Red Greninja, and I had a bunch of tournament seasons, and then eventually, funny stories. Like I was playing Dark Red Greninja, like that was my main deck. I played a casual game 10 minutes before a tournament. I got smoked by a Luminion. Which, if you guys don't know, it's like a 2 energy, 50 damage bench snipe. Yeah. And I got farmed because I bricked. So last minute, I'm like, I'm not going to bring this tournament, bro. That's bad vibes. I switched to Executor Celebi, won the 600-person tournament, got $100. So, I know I used the cancer that season, but...
I think people are also forgetting, like, the swaggiest deck ever, which was Fighting Magnezone. You remember for the Fighting Mag?
Oh, yeah, Fighting Magnezone.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God.
It was Hitmonlee, Marshadow, Magnezone, and it was super...
God, there was just so much cool stuff back then. Oh, my God.
Man. Well, dude,
it was peak, bro.
This set came out with so many cards. Like, the increase in power, the diversity was through the roof. And we had, like, 3 weeks. We didn't know what was going on. It was crazy.
Yeah, I would say A. Yeah.
Yeah, like A.
All right, so Triumphant of Light. Arceus, Dialga were introduced with Gyarados EX became super relevant, which was the most terrible thing that could happen. Go ahead, I'll let you guys.
Yeah,
you're talking about. What do you mean Gyarados, bro?
Yeah, it was Dialga, Arceus, and then Rampardos, and maybe a little bit of Gallade thrown in.
Articuno.
18 trainer Articuno.
18 trainer Articuno was actually really good.
It was good. It was way too good. And some of the Fringe Palkia decks as well. But honestly, that's kind of it. Like, I don't think there's anything else even worth mentioning. I think this was a very big downgrade in terms of the diversity of competitive decks, which to me is a big deterrent. Personally, this is going F. This is the beginning of rank, right? To me, this is the worst we've ever had. This was the set before ranked came out, so people don't remember. Okay. This was, in my mind, the worst metagame by far we've ever had.
In my mind, this is the 4th worst metagame, so I'm putting it C.
So, in my mind, I had two decks I really liked. I had the Glaceon deck I won that tournament with. I had then Leafeon Celebi, which I just love playing. I'm the problem. Maybe I do love Oranger, bro. But I just had those two favorite decks, which like, and then like looking at these current seasons we've had, I can't even say Tronvalite is like a bottom 4 for me. So I would personally put it in B's, but you guys put it in F. So.
I'm alright. I'm alright
said
with like
C.
a not. Yeah, I think C
I
maybe
would
is
put
fine.
everything in that.
Like for reference,
It can't be higher than C. You're insane.
for reference,
Like I said-
Dialga Arceus was 20% meta share, which is amongst the highest out of anything we've ever had. The next highest deck wasn't even 10%, so the drop off was so immediate. You were above 20 or below 10 in meta share, so that's like pure tier 0 type format.
I think Leafeon Celebi and like I said, like Palkia just carried that season for me. I'm very like
Palkia was
the
fun.
way I enjoy seasons is based on if I enjoy a deck, which is like why I haven't been enjoying the latest couple ones because I don't have like that deck that just feels like the one I enjoy to play like 24/7.
Yeah.
So
I hear you.
that's just the reason I like it.
I hear you. I'm just not. I personally, that's my ranking. Like I would put this bottom,
No,
at least
of
bottom
course.
3, but I'm okay with like a low C tier for this.
And I can also understand that, yeah, because like I mean, Dog Arceus, but I think it was the best tier 0 format we had compared to like the other ones.
I just to me like.
Nah, even
I would judge a tier 0 format off of like what the mirror matchup between those two, like the tier 0
True.
deck is, you know? And like the Dialga Arceus mirror was straight up like it was just whoever went second. Yeah. It was so bad.
or didn't start. Dialga,
Exactly.
So, yeah.
Like, it was so horrible. I hated it. But anyway, low C is fine.
everybody's like agreeing around the C tier, F tier, or all 3.
Yeah, I think
bottom
C is
3.
the average.
It was a big
Yeah,
it was a big
C is
step
the
down.
Average.
It was a big
Yeah.
step down.
I personally would have put it on F because that's when I first got into the game and it wasn't a fun time to learn how to play the game.
But no ranked. So it's like, that now
Yeah.
from here on out, we all have like actual ranked seasons. So I think people will probably be a
Exactly.
bit more familiar with like what the meta looked like.
Yeah.
Exactly, and not only that, Shining Revelry was another power creep set. Like it was insane. You had cards like Red, you had Pokemon Center Lady, you had Team Rocket's Grunt, you had obviously
Giratina.
Giratina
with,
EX. The goat, the literal goat.
The GOAT. I mean, literally, if I had to
Meowscarada?
pick a tier 0 format, this is like one of the best. Meowscarada that
Yeah.
came out of it. I feel like overall, in my opinion, this is like an S tier easily because
Dude,
it's like
me
one
too.
of
I was gonna say people are gonna flame me for it, but I think it's an S tier
Matt's
format.
is- Matt's
Yeah,
going
dude.
crazy.
This is
I
such a
don't-
crazy one for me because like I remember playing like the first week I was playing I played Mewtwo Giratina and I got to Master Ball from like because with this you started at Pokeball, right? We all did originally, so the grind to Master Ball was quite long. In that first week, I got there with like a 76% win rate playing Giratina Mewtwo, and I didn't tell anybody about it. So this was like kind of the first time I like took advantage of kind of like knowing what was going on in the metagame. And I loved that. So that first week was some of the most fun I've ever had playing Pokemon. And then by the end, at that last week, I think it come down to perhaps the least fun I've ever had, which was all Giratina Darkrai and Gyarados. And I made a video ranting about Gyarados for like 40 minutes straight. I hated it.
Based.
Hey! There
based.
was a bunch of Galades though trying to keep that at bay.
No,
kicking
there
the
was not.
fish.
No,
There was not. That was the problem.
No, there was not. The first week there was. So I agree. I'm actually with Pocket Mads. Where like,
Diversity
I had like
was,
a word climb.
was horrible in this set. It really was.
Yeah, I didn't have like the best grind Ultra Ball. I mean, I started like 5 days. Dude, I didn't actually grind rank the first day it came out. I started 4 days after. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna like record, upload every single game.
Damn, I was
That
Master
was not
Ball when you
possible, bro.
started, bro.
But yeah, dude, it was like I was like playing like Meowscarada Analysis and stuff like that, bro. Just like in Ultra Ball 3. I don't remember if people remember that deck. It was kind of based like Carnivine, Meowscarada Analysis.
Yeah.
But,
Grass,
like,
Turbo
once
Grass
I got the
Arceus.
Master Ball, I switched to Dartina, bro. Once I got Master Ball, I mean, Dartina Mirror Match is fun. Some of the most skill expression that's actually in the game.
I agree. I agree with that.
But then Gyarados and
Gyarados
Charizard
ruined
ruined
it.
the.
Gyarados ruined it.
Yeah,
for me.
Gyarados and Charizard.
That was terrible.
For reference, this was another kind of tier 0 format. Giratina Darkrai again 20% meta share, but Gyarados was about 11%. So a lot of people playing Gyarados. This is all tournament data, but it's reflective of ranked as well. Nothing after those two decks was around even above 5%. So a super heavy drop off from diversity perspective. This was a two-face meta, just like Triumphant Light. You either played the top deck or you played the deck that beat it, and everything else was just kind of not.
Gallade was super fun, but then they just learned how to play the matchup.
Yeah, it
like Dark Giratina.
Yeah, man. And I also remember a lot of people playing like a Dialga Arceus deck this season.
They tried.
Because like some YouTuber made a video about it, and I tried to tell people, I was like, do not play this deck, and it was horrible.
Yeah, it was not good.
To be fun, yeah. In the beginning, it did get me into Master Ball. I'm not gonna lie.
That's crazy.
That's the only deck I had access to.
Oh, you could have played anything.
Bro,
yeah, you
guys remember when Dark Giratina was playing Hydreigon, bro, at first?
Yeah, at first. That's why I was farming them with Mewtwo Giratina, and it was awesome.
Dude, I was...
Yeah, and Gallade. Yeah.
I've mentioned before on this podcast, but the deck I was playing to get to Master Ball primarily was Snorlax with Berry.
Berrylax was this season?
No,
yes.
Berrylax was Celestial Guardians.
No.
I don't think it was this season.
I played it to get to Master Ball in the first season.
I'm looking this up right now.
I'm gonna make sure.
Barry didn't come out in Shining Reverie, bro, because I was red PCL TRG.
Oh, dude, so what?
Bro, it man's having a Mandela effect.
No.
This was the first ranked season.
Really?
Which again, I need people to know it was Giratina and Mewtwo for like a week. And
I was playing Snorlax though. I might have just not been playing Berry.
That's crazy.
Or when did...
No, it must have been Berry, dude. When did Berry come out? There's no way.
Did it come out in Shining Reverie?
It might have been Triumphant.
I think that was Triumphant.
Barry came out in Triumphant Light. I'm not insane. Yeah. Okay.
All right, never mind.
Yeah. I was playing Snorlax Berry.
Berrylax wasn't popular though this season, but I do believe that
it wasn't popular at all. Actually, I played it. I was playing. No, I was basically just playing my own. Like I was playing. Fuck, what was it? It was Berry, Lax, but I was also playing Hydreigon, and I was playing a Giratina.
See,
and I was just double charging, but with like psychic energy.
I will say though, the number one thing that kind of saves this for me, not in ranked per se, but it was Meowscarada. Like this was when we had Meowscarada, which to me is a really big deal. I think that was a great card. In the game.
That was so fun.
Yeah.
Like I think
it wasn't really that.
And we also had that. Remember that deck that was like Zone Meowscarada?
Yeah, it was.
Dude, yeah, that
Magmeow, dude. It was ridiculous. Yeah, it was hilarious.
That was awesome.
I just never drew good with it. I tried to play that deck so much, bro, and my Magnetons were hiding, or like even my like I would like Sprigatito search, bro, and I would just get the Mascaradas and never get the Florgatos.
It was an interesting meta. But for me, I think honestly, like B tier is also fine. Kind of a cop-out answer. I know people are going to remember this because of the first ranked season. There's a lot of ups, a lot of downs. Like for me, it's either C or B. You guys can.
I would put it above Triumphant and C personally.
Yeah. Okay.
Gyarados ruined it for me. Like not only playing against Gyarados, but like I was a Darktina main, and I was like, okay, let me just switch to Gyarados, bro. And like just choose the Darktina players.
See.
I think I break like 200 points, bro.
We got to keep in mind because we're approaching what I believe is peak Pokemon Pocket after this, so we don't want to rank it maybe too high.
Oh yeah, we're close. Yeah, I'd put it like C.
Yeah, did you just say C?
Yeah,
I see. I'm saying
C.
I'm thinking it's B. I would put it B under Genetic Apex, personally.
I mean, it could be either or, to be honest. Like, I don't.
I'm with Ericko, where like I would, if this was my own tier list, I'm putting it in S tier, but like I'd be able to settle for lower than that.
Like,
you can't objectively put this S tier, bro. That's insane. You're putting the tier 0 Giratina Darkrai meta in S tier. That's insane.
I mean, I agree. The mirror matches were peak,
with
but
Gyarados?
like Gyarados and
with Hyrule
and
Gyarados
are just ruined. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, dude. That's crazy.
I can understand B, but like, and I can even understand maybe the bottom of A, but in S tier, no, bro, you're tripping. It's nowhere close to what we're already going to be putting in S tier.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's all preference, so everybody enjoys things differently. Like I look at things from like an objective, like meta health perspective. This is like a bottom 5 easily, like healthy meta. It was super toxic by the end.
Yeah, all right. So I know there's a few other packs that I'd put in S tier alongside this, obviously, and this is like the bottom, like the worst of those packs, but Yeah,
Okay.
I would put it
Alright.
at like the bottom
Well,
of the tier.
if you
So
want
he's
S,
saying
and
S.
you and Erica want S.
I'm gonna say C.
Well,
What are you gonna say?
But I'm
put-
totally fine if you guys, for the sake of this podcast, if you want to put it below S. I'm just saying, like, personally for me,
Okay.
I would.
Erica,
put
where
it
do you
there.
want to put it?
We could do what would be a good medium? It would be like a B or low A.
I personally
Low
would be
A or
upset if
B.
this was an A tier because I think this can't be an A tier meta.
All right,
I
fine.
kinda
Put it at the
agree,
top
bro.
of B. Just put it at the top of B.
Top of B, yeah, sure.
Crazy to me. Like that's wild.
I still think it should be below Genetic Apex,
Bro.
bro. But like we gotta average
This
it
is
out. Like
this
they
has
both want
this
S.
has F tier potential written all over. I'm not gonna lie.
I also screwed myself over and lost top 1K like the last 2 days
Dude,
playing Gyarados bricking, trying to cheese games,
Bro,
and
if you guys-
so
Oh,
You're
I hate
hard.
like I
Yeah,
said, bro, like
supposed to be-
Dark Mirror matches were fun, but besides that, the whole season was cooked.
All right, now we're cooking though. We're absolutely cooking now.
Celestial Guardians.
Which
This
is
one.
I break Pocket into like 3 eras, and this was the beginning of, to me, the second era of Pokemon Pocket. We're in the third now, so there was at some point a transition into the third era, but I think that this was the mark of like the next era, personally.
Yeah, same. I'm gonna go like real quick. First off, Meowscarada Decidueye is the reason I'm putting this in S.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, again,
There's also like
Rare
a bunch
Candy?
of viable decks as well.
we're talking Oricorio, we're talking Rare
Rare
Candy.
candy is not a good thing. Oricorio's a good thing. Rare candy not a good thing.
I don't think
Nah,
Rare
Rare
Candy is a
Candy-
bad
I
thing.
hated
I think the
that
Pokemon in which we use Rare Candy with are bad. Are the bad. Are
Yeah,
bad.
exactly, too. Because if you think, dude, Rare Candy, like, sure, like, you had those, like, Solgaleos, you had, like, the Turn 2 Masqueradas. But
Yeah,
besides
but
that,
like
it actually wasn't
we've
that
never
bad this
had a
season.
rare candy deck that wasn't like that. Is the issue? Every single rare candy deck has been just disgusting.
I think
Masquerada
it's
was, Masquerada was
I
balanced,
think it
bro.
started with Suicune and Rare Candy Greninja, and then now it's Hydreigon. Those have been really the only
No,
two problems.
that's because you're a Stokesard fan. I think Stokesard was one of like
Stokesard was
the
a pro.
worst,
I forgot.
one
I
of
forgot
the
Stokesard.
worst
Sorry.
meta things to ever happen in this game. Like,
I forgot Sylveon Charizard existed. That's my bad. But we're not
Yeah.
there yet. We're not
Well,
there
that
yet.
was-
We're not
yeah.
there yet. This was Rare
I'm
Candy.
just saying,
did see-
when the second I saw that card come out, I knew it was going to be a problem like that at some point.
This was also there was Incineroar too. Like there was some good like
Incineroar
there was
buns,
definitely
dude.
rare candy decks, but there was so many. Dude, there's Masquerada. This is why there's
Garchomp.
Incineroar, the Dark Tina.
Garchomp.
There's the 3 different Greninja variants. So if you had Garchomp, Garchomp wasn't. Was it good then?
It was the 5th most
Yeah,
played
I
deck.
think
It had a
like-
53% win rate. It was actually one of the best decks this season, in fact. Garchomp,
I don't
Rampardos.
honestly. Oh yeah, no, it was. I just farmed with Masquerada. This is why. But
Rampardos
yeah,
was an
there's,
issue,
like,
though.
Tapu Lele Greninja.
Rampardos was a bit of an issue with
Mhm.
Rare Candy. It was a little bit like,
Yeah.
all right. But
There's just so many decks in my personal opinion. Also, like I said, Decidueye. So
did they play, was Dark
Us.
Arceus with Crobat and stuff? Was that a Candy deck?
that would no. It existed at the end of Triumphant as well, but I think it did come back.
I-
As well with the set.
So
I don't
Stokesard
remember
was
it,
a
though.
thing, but it was absolutely garbage this season. Like people played it, but Stokesard was never relevant until Sylveon came out. That's the reality.
Until we had like
Well-
the actual draw power to make Rare Candy Casino an archetype.
Yeah.
Well, they were playing Turtonator Charizard. That's what they were playing.
Oh,
Again,
jeez.
I really don't mind Rare Candy in any context other than Suicune being able to draw 2 cards per turn to get Greninja and Hydreigon.
In Hydreigon.
Yeah, those are the
Yeah,
only-
I agree.
Yeah. But, to each their own. Rare Candy, though, was the meta. So, like, you got to understand this completely changed decks. Giratina Darkrai, still the most played deck, but it went from 20%, by the way, down to 12%. So it went from tier 0 to just a solid, top tier,
Yeah.
tier 1 deck. The Giratina Greninja stuff, though, was also the second most played. So this was like peak Giratina. This was where Giratina was just absurd. And then it was, like you said, Decidueye, Meowscarada, Dark Arceus was the next most played deck. Then Garchomp, Rampardos, Charizard, and Incineroar, which was absolute garbage. And Solgaleo, which was also absolute trash, but was super popular as well. But a very diverse meta, realistically, this season.
I remember those Skarmory Sokoleo.
Yeah, horrible deck.
Yeah, it wasn't that bad because if you just knocked out a Skarmory, you only have to deal with one Solgaleo.
Oh,
Solgaleo wasn't
This deck was horrible.
annoying until next
This deck was
season.
real bad. Solgaleo was
Yeah,
not
it was
good.
like
But
I think there was a bunch of fun decks.
It was good at the beginning of the format. That's why that thing was kind of crazy. Nobody knew how to play against it.
it was the
Or had
beginning of High
different
Roll, though.
builds.
So
Yeah,
again,
yeah.
it's a double-edged sword for me because it's the beginning of High Roll, which we all hate, Rare Candy High Roll. But it's also where Oricorio, you got to talk about the GOAT, the literal GOAT, Oricorio. This was his debut.
For me, those two things like balanced each other out completely. Like I had already before this the podcast made my tier list like prior, and Celestial Guardians is holding down B tier solo.
Really?
Yep.
That's just not accurate, bro.
That's where I have
we
it.
have like the flip flop. Like you were fighting for shiny, I'm fighting for Celestial and S.
To me, this is a weird one because I think from a play style perspective, I didn't love it because it was a lot of rare candy high roll, right? And I didn't love that concept, but it also had a massive diversity of meta decks. So basically, like the top 8 decks, there was 8 different decks that had above a 52% win rate this season. So like it made a lot of things viable, but it also RNGified the game a ton in a weird way that we didn't have before rare candy. But diverse, extremely diverse.
Yeah.
What do you think? So wait, where do you have this? You said B?
I'm a B
Jimbo?
tier believer for this.
What about you, Zach? Where would you put that?
I said S.
S.
This was one of my top 3 favorite seasons.
So
like I said, I'm
All
very
right.
biased on decks. Meowscarada Decidueye is my favorite deck of all time.
I think we're now getting into what I again considered peak pocket. But I actually personally, I on my tier list, if I were to make one, I would put some of the stuff that comes just after Celestial Guardians S tier. I'm gonna put this. I'm okay with S. I'm okay with A or S. B seems a little low to me.
I'm fine with either.
B seems a little low to me. But
Yeah, I did not.
I actually think there's only one S season, like
dude,
low key, but
this
like,
is Oricorio, man. This
I like Oricorio. I'll be real. Like
I
don't know.
I
Like
don't think any meta was
I can hear
S.
an argument for A tier. It's just like for me, the rare candy really like
Sure.
overpowered Ori in
think-
that season.
I think
Ori didn't
A
feel
tier
so
sounds
strong that
fair.
first season.
A sounds fine, bro.
I think
Yeah.
I think I don't think it was possible to have an S tier meta without Oricorio. That's how I've always thought of things, and so that's why nothing up to this point I would put in S tier. This one I don't think we're there yet personally, but I would put this at least A. I would say high A.
I'm not sure with the
We can do
other
that.
2 because again I never played those
Put it
2
mid,
formats.
but
big
just
time.
throw it mid A, mid
Mid.
low A. I don't know. Do you think it's above mythical, Zach, for you?
Well, personally for me, I do. I
He
have
thinks
fond
it's
memories.
S tier. I don't like if we're gonna put
Well,
it in
I don't-
A.
Too much
gonna
Darktina.
be honest,
It was
like-
still a little too Darktina for me. Personally.
On my tier list, I played Meowscarada Decidueye, so I saw Darktina and I was excited. So
You sure? I
Yeah.
like an A.
So, like-
I think it was good.
yeah, I think
I think,
Yeah.
and I mean, it's hard because we look back and we're like, it's rare candy, but it really wasn't. It wasn't like it was now. It was a different world. There wasn't any draw power in the game. So like this was pure
Yeah.
RNG rare candy, which felt bad. But from a viability perspective, you couldn't just play rare candy in a Pokemon and be like, we're good. We
Yeah.
didn't have Copycat. We didn't have Suicune Draw. We didn't have all that crap or Sylveon. But that's the
And
issue
if you
that's
really
coming up
think
here
about
soon,
it.
though.
Yeah.
yeah. If you think about it, it was a rare candy into a 60 damage Meowscarada, unless you're an EX Pokemon, of course.
Right.
Rare candy 50 from Incineroar or rare candy 50 from
Garchomp,
Garchomp.
yeah.
You're not hitting these 130s.
No.
So it was like a balanced rare candy, even though like it was RNG, like some
Yeah, it wasn't 130 on a single prize Pokemon
Yeah.
going first.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, this was like 50 if I went second. You know what I mean, or whatever. So it was like
yeah.
it's a different, completely different world.
All right,
here,
this is
but-
fair. I'm just rare candy's #1 hater, so that's why I had him B.
Yeah,
but
I understand.
I think A's fine.
I don't think rare candy really wasn't like an issue, but I never did like it. I feel how you feel completely. Where I was like, I'm just not. I didn't love it when it came out, the whole thing. But anyway, I think overall though, very diverse, very healthy meta. I think A's fine. I don't know. It doesn't matter to me.
All right, so now extra dimensional. I'm pretty sure that's the next one.
Oh baby, let's go. Let's
With
go.
the Buzzwole
Beautiful.
meta.
Let's go.
I think that meta was peak because like
Yeah, I loved it.
Let's go.
Buzzwole actually like took a brain to play.
This is
So-
this is one of my S tiers for sure.
This
What do you guys think about this?
for me, this is like where I'm approaching. I think what was peak Pokemon Pocket metagame in my mind. There's a couple of like it all kind of melds together a little bit. ED Crisis was crazy, and it was really crazy because they gave us in a mini set. They gave us like 3 or 4 decks, even like pre-built meta viable, ready to go, all unique, all diverse. And it was so weird that they did that. They haven't done it since. But we're talking Silvally, which you could play however, but people played it with Rampardos. You had the Grass Ultra Beast Buzzwole, you had Dark Ultra Beast Guzzlord, and then what else? I guess maybe that was it. So what is that, 3?
There's Shiinotic, Solgaleo, Shiinotic,
Yeah.
Magnezone that came at the end.
But that's not a like everything else was like all new. Like they gave us
There were
There
was also there was a lot of Silvally decks too. It wasn't just
Oh, dude, there's,
Rampardos.
like,
I was
there's-
I said earlier, I was playing Silvally Oricorio, but there was also Silvally
The Zera
I think
version.
Zard. Right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Volley
it's
Volley
Silvally
Corio,
Zard.
Turbo Lightning Silvally with Oricorio was awesome. I think that was an incredible.
Yeah,
incredible
that's what
part
I
of the meta.
played. Yeah.
Yeah, which was super cool.
And I
So
ran like I said earlier, I ran the Shaman for the Dartina matchup.
man, I miss Silvally, bro. I really do. What a great.
Yeah.
It was so
That's a
good,
good-
so flexible,
took it
but it
for
wasn't
granted.
broken.
Yeah, I love seeing him because I used to farm him on dude Nagandel. So I played like Nagandel Guzzlord for like the whole season, and the main reason was I'm like, okay, well I'll probably lose the Buzz like 9 times out of 10, but you farm every single other deck in the meta. And I actually hated ED Crisis when I was playing it, but that's because I was going for that top 1k grind.
Sure.
No, I was going for the top 1k grind, so that just pissed me off because like I was trying to get the first top 1k emblem because I didn't have the chance to get it like the 2 previous seasons, where I fumbled season 1, season 2 I just had too much school stuff.
Yeah.
So I wanted this so bad. Even though I was like top 200 the whole season, I was just angry, bro. Like I would lose, I would crash out. But looking back, bro, like Nagano Guzz, bro, peak Pokemon Pocket.
Yeah.
Even Buzzwole, even though I hate Buzzwole at the time because I'm a Guzz main.
I think we also
And Savali too was cringe, but
Yeah, we
I
also
hate
got to
those.
talk
It's
about. We got to talk about. Like Repel came into the game, which saw a little bit of play with
Yep.
Buzzwole. It was actually pretty good. Like
Yeah,
there was a
yeah.
lot of. This was like the first time like you could really start to like build your deck in ways to counter specific decks. You know, like I remember Buzzwole getting played and built specifically to beat Giratina Darkrai. It was like one of the biggest sort of things about this meta was that you could really actually just beat Darktina in a really interesting way. Lusamine was very interesting as a win condition. I know not many people loved that. Also, Pheromosa Cyrus. So this was kind of the beginning of like the bench damage Cyrus win con that was popular. But we had Mars in the game. I think I remember Mars being a really significant factor this season, and it added a lot of skill. I think Mars is a very high skill gap card, and whenever Mars is seeing a lot of play, I think that's good for the meta. I love this season. This has to go S to me.
Yeah.
It's easy.
Same.
Easy.
I would say.
Now, Mars seeing a lot of play. Now talking.
It's not. Mars doesn't see play. That's one of the biggest problems I think with the meta.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I agree. Yes.
yeah, man.
Yeah, no, I do agree. S tier. I like this format. This format was pretty peak.
Dude, it's just insane how they were able to pack so much relevant. Like if you go from Celestial Guardians, if you just look at the metagame and then you flip to ED Crisis, you're like, what happened? Like, what are these decks? They're all new. Every deck on the top of the meta is all new. It's crazy.
Yeah.
So, I like S.
All right. So now we have Eevee's Grove. This set was amazing. In my opinion, I know
Yeah.
we got some haters in the call.
F,
but
F, 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 F,
I feel
F, F.
this
F.
Stoke Zard format
Listen.
was amazing. Flareon Leafeon was one of the best decks I've
Super
I mean,
fun. Super cool.
That deck is super fun. Like I keep saying, that deck
That was
felt
the
like
only
Yu-Gi-Oh
cool deck
combo
at that time.
Like
Agree.
Well, so this
it was
was
the best.
yeah. So this is where I have such mixed opinions about this because I actually think this was like peak Pocket, but I also think that it was the beginning of the end in a lot of ways. Not the end, but the beginning of like a lot of the issues we have in the game came from this set.
Sylveon Rare Candy Stokesard. It was the beginning of the end for this game.
If it wasn't Sylveon Rare Candy Stokesart, it was Sylveon Rare Candy Greninja in Psychic Greninja. You remember that?
Yeah.
Because that was the most played deck by far this season.
Yeah,
It was
that was the
Greninja
most played deck,
Drop
yeah.
Power Sylveon.
Yeah.
Giratina Darkrai still saw some play. The thing about Charizard Sylveon, and I do apologize because I did turn rank into this deck like almost dramatically. I put a video out and everyone was like, "This is sick," and I was like, "Oh god." I love that deck, but inherently extremely toxic. Right? This was like, this
Terrible.
was like, it was so bad. But it did lose to Oricorio, by the way. So we have to sit back and just realize that yes, it was toxic, but you could play Oricorio, and you lost to Oricorio. So
I was forced to play Oricorio because I refused.
Good.
Like
There you
I
go.
just wanted to make sure every Stokesard player I ran into was miserable.
well,
So
yeah.
I had to play it. I had to play it
I
the
just
entire
conceded
season.
auto unranked. That's what I did, and I loved it. I loved not even having to worry about playing Oricorio because I just would auto concede and go to the next. But But I mean, that was the big story. It was the EV stuff. So it was like this was before. Because what's interesting, honestly, and I don't think it was this season, it might have been the next season, but Flareon was never played. When did Flareon see play without Leafeon?
Magby.
Was it Magby?
Magby.
Yeah.
Which
Okay.
it was Wisdom.
Yeah,
It'd
it
be
was
Wisdom.
So yeah,
So
I think
it was next set.
I think Leafeon Flareon was fun, although I think it was kind of overhyped. Like I think it was super cool, but it was never.
I don't think it was.
Yeah.
It wasn't good enough to be like, oh, this was a good set.
Yeah, no, for sure. It's Sylveon. People hate Sylveon. I think, which is crazy because no one plays it anymore. But at the time, it
Yeah.
was super toxic because it was such a big
That was
advantage.
big.
Yeah. So
Well-
I'm okay knocking this down for that reason because I think the draw power, and it's so funny because the moment we had draw power in the game, the rare candy Greninja stuff is what took over, which is so funny because that's,
Yeah.
I mean, that's literally like, what happened.
Who would have thought?
Yeah,
Who would've
right.
thought?
Who would have thought? Yeah, I mean,
I
listen,
would say A. Bottom A.
Yeah. F for sure.
I don't,
so-
dude. We trust me, dude. We got some Fs coming up. We
Bring
can't
me
be
back
putting
to
this F.
Triumphant Light before
No.
bringing me back here.
No.
See,
No, this
if
was
there
way
like a
better than
tier
Triumphant Light.
before. If there was a tier before Triumphant Light and F, I feel like that's where I would put it. And dude, it's actually crazy. I was someone asking for Sylveon, bro. Surprisingly, Sylveon's actually one of my favorite Pokemon, bro, because I loved using it X and Y. Hated the addition for this specific season because for me the season came down to Sylveon, Professor Red Card,
Yeah,
and then they get the Greninjas, they turbo
I
through
forgot
everything.
Red Card came out in EV Crisis.
Leafeon, Flareon, bro.
Well, if you really look at the meta, like these were all winning like 50. There was a bunch of decks. Like from a diversity competitive standpoint, there actually was a lot of options here. Like we had, remember you had like Lightning Arceus with Tapu Koko, which was actually pretty good. You had, you had Buzzwole was still relevant. Flareon Leafeon was relevant. Stokesard was Sylveon. Greninja was Sylveon. Giratina Darkrai was still relevant. And you also had Oricorio with Silvally. So like those were all completely meta viable decks. And again, to me, I cannot put this in F tier because Oricorio was relevant, And to me, that means that there wasn't anything runaway. Like you'd be like, oh, I'm just gonna play Oricorio.
It was objectively not F tier. Like I on my tier list have actually a tier below F tier, which is why I have it in F tier. But I just wanna make it known how much I hated the Stokesard deck.
Right. Which we
I
can't
agree.
put a stain.
Yeah, I'm actually realistically I'm fine putting it definitely above
Yeah,
Triumphant Light.
I
Stokesard
would
was
put it
only
below
8% of the meta. Like you got to understand. Like it was the
No,
it was
I
the
know.
third most played deck,
I just ooh, that
8% of the
fucking deck
meta?
grinded my gears, man.
Yeah, because it was only the last like week and a half.
Trigger
Like,
Jimbo.
No,
Yeah, I'm
bro.
triggered.
People were playing that on rank 24/7.
no, dude,
though.
people didn't play
This
this.
is the-
People didn't play it for the first 2 weeks. It was all
Yeah.
Sylveon Greninja. That's what it
They're
was.
not for my queue. I got the Zards then.
No, dude, that
I got
deck
all
didn't really
8%
see
of the
much
player
play.
base.
I don't think for a week or two. That's why
I
it
don't
was
know.
low.
I quit. I quit after the first 2 weeks, and I was only facing Zard, or I was only facing Sylveon Greninja. The only saving factor was Leafeon Flareon.
All right.
Looking at what we have now, I would probably rather go back to this and not have a better mentality because we have things that are way 20 times worse.
You had Choreo
I would put it
Silvally,
below
man.
Triumphant Light.
That just beat everything.
That
It beat
doesn't
all
matter,
of
bro.
us.
When they're
You're
so
cooked, bro.
when they're fucking turboing Sylveon Greninja me every single game and then red carding so I can't even play the game, it's just not fun for me. I didn't have a deck that I like besides Leafeon Flareon, and even then this kind of just got cooked half the time because they
I'd
always
say
just drew
B tier.
better.
Yeah, I think it's
think a
around middle to
realistic-
me. I'm okay with just a
I
middle
think
of
a
the road.
realistic placement for this, with all of our opinions factored in, is C tier above Triumphant Light.
You think this is next to Triumphant?
Nah.
Yes.
I would put it below.
Triumphant.
I really think
I
Triumphant
mean-
should have been F tier, but that's just me.
I'm
yeah.
vetoing.
Okay,
We got
but
some
you
Fs
can do
coming
B.
up,
You-
so
all
I'm
right,
okay with
do bottom of B tier, but his bottom, very bottom.
You can
Very
put C.
bottom.
I don't agree with this, bro. But
I also
I'm
don't
using
agree.
My own veto.
Where do you guys want it? You guys want this lower?
They
I
want
want
it,
this
like,
below
by
Triumphant,
Put it. Put it C. I'm not
don't.
vying for this to be high. Like, just
I
put it
want
C
it.
tier.
I want it above Triumphant, but
Put it
like,
C tier. I think C tier is totally fine here.
No, that's fine.
I'm not saying it should be higher than
agree.
that. I'm just saying.
No, I know.
Like I don't think it's
It's
F.
all objective.
I don't think it's F.
You're like actually like statistically like basing this. I'm just like fuck this
Yeah.
season because I hate it.
I look at the meta from an objective health
Yeah.
perspective, and like when I look at this, like sure there like 15% meta share, for Sylveon Greninja, and I understand Charizard was toxic, Oricorio was relevant. Like,
Dude, for me, it's just like, even if Charizard was only 8% of the meta share, it's the fact that we had a deck like that.
it was so
In
funny,
general.
man. It was so
It
good.
was fun.
This man is scarred. Scarred.
I hated it so much, dude.
Yeah,
Nothing feels worse than just losing to somebody who's like asleep at the wheel. Like I don't know.
Oh, bro, I played so many ranked games, not even watching the game. Like I'd pass the turn to my opponent and just do something else because I was like, it doesn't matter what they do.
Yeah.
And that was pretty funny, but I guess probably not good for the game. I like C tier.
No,
I think that's correct.
Well,
next
up,
season,
we
though,
have
bro.
the Wisdom of C.
S tier.
Goated
It's the
season.
best meta, bro.
The season
Best
was
the best
season,
meta.
literally the best one.
This was the goated season.
Yeah.
It was
Because of
so
Lugia and Ho.
No, that
no.
I don't even know why this season was so good. But it
That,
was
that
so
rare
good.
art coming soon card. You remember that?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
This was
Flareon was actually really fun to play in this format, and I love that
Bro,
with the
dude,
magic.
You know,
I'm looking at the metagame tab here for the season, and I can't even believe it looking at this, bro. I'm seeing like 12 plus decks all above 50% win rates. Like, this is absurd.
oh, dude, it's beautiful.
It's
Yeah.
crazy how many.
It's so the
This
And
is
so
nuts.
many of them were fun too.
the funny thing is,
this is wild,
Wisdom
actually.
came out. We only got like 2 meta cards, which was Espeon and like Silver. Maybe there actually was another Pokemon, but just Espeon's existence into the meta,
Yeah, it was
literally
Espeon.
saved everything that I had wrong with like Eevee's Grove. It fucking kicked that Sylveon. Two people still played Sylveon Greninja, but it definitely kicked it out of the meta, being like the top deck. And it was kind of like Wisdom was kind of like the accumulation where like I think it's actually the best. It would have been perfect to end year 1 on Wisdom. Because it was the accumulation of kind of everything. You had
it's
the
peak.
all the Ultra Beasts still playable.
Yep.
You had Espeon.
This is peak.
You had the Flareon, the Leafeon.
You had rare
stuff
candy decks.
too.
Tina.
Dark Tina.
Yeah, Dark Tina. This is peak. Oricorio was a little bit less
Yeah.
relevant this season, but was still around, which is okay.
Yeah, you saw the Savali Oricorio that you had to stop playing.
Yeah, it was.
So.
It was. And to be fair, like the Savali Lightning decks were actually some of the highest win rate decks. Same with Arceus, like the Turbo Arceus this season.
Oh yeah, that was super
I'll
great. We
break
even
through.
had Darkrai Snorlax.
I'll break this down just real quick for people that are listening. Giratina Darkrai, the most played deck, 12% meta share, so not too much. Espeon Sylveon, 8.5% meta share. Buzzwole was third at 6% meta share. Stoke Zard, which had a very much lower win rate this season, was 4% meta. Nagana Del Guzzlord, 4%. Sylveon Greninja, only 4%. Leafeon Flareon, 4%. Crobat was 4%. And then we get into Turbo Lightning, Savali, and Arceus. And that's all of those decks had pretty much even win rates.
Yeah, it was literally the best pocket set in my personal opinion.
Well,
So
I think
everybody's agreeing.
this is we got to make this
top.
distinction in case people don't understand. We're not talking about the set of cards. We're talking about like the metagame,
Yeah,
For
the
that
meta,
season.
Yeah.
which is such a weird
Yeah.
thing because this set didn't have like it wasn't. You looked at this and you're like, all of these new cards really aren't that
Bro,
good, but
for
the
me,
meta was so good.
For me,
Yeah,
it had
exactly.
Will.
Word.
It had Will, and I was farming the Espeons with my Guzzlord deck, baby. Dude, every fucking just Will.
Bro,
your second
I'm
turn,
about to
you
crash
will.
out on you. I'm about to crash out on you.
They
How the
just
fuck do you say you hate Charizard and then you out here fucking guzzlording people?
Yeah.
No, that is 2 completely different.
'Cause
things.
Guzzlord is a
Fucking
basic
Will, fuck
Pokemon.
Guzzlord. I
it
hate
is
Guzzlord.
its own card.
That
I
shit
am
was
not
a
high
mega-
rolling
that
a
shit was
7-card
mega
combo
before a mega
to get my
existed.
Stokesard on
Fuck
turn
that
2.
card.
Oh,
A basic ass.
Stokesard was fun while it lasted. I'll tell you that. But my only stain on this season was that this was still a Dark Tina meta. It was still the most played deck. At this point, I think people were kind of complaining about it. But again, I think if people look back at this point, we're far enough where people are like, you know what? I kind of miss it. You know what I mean? Like people complained at the time, but this was pre-Suicune. And honestly, like if I had to go back, like I would. Like I'm totally fine
Me
with Dark
too.
Tina.
If I had the
Mirror match
option,
was
we're
fun.
going back.
Yeah, man. Like honestly,
We
I'm
just
I'm-
explode all
let me
the
pull up a
packs
Dark Tina
after
deck, bro.
this.
Because I'm curious what these even lists look like. Like, dude, this was Dark Tina playing Mars, Guzma, Silver, Leaf, PCL, Red. Like, this was one of Dark Tina. This was basically one of everything in the game.
Yeah,
Which was pretty sick.
yeah, it was just dude. There was one last thing. What was it, dude? Yeah, it's like, I forgot, bro. Damn it.
It's all good, man.
I forgot what
It's
I
all
was
good,
gonna say.
bro. This is peak pocket. Like, this is what I'm telling you. Like, this
Yeah.
is. I think it's downhill from here, quite frankly, but we'll talk about it.
Yeah.
We'll talk about like
is.
the best format of all time that everybody loves, right?
Oh.
Secluded Springs.
Yeah, man. It's I'll go off the bat. I'm just going to tell you that on my personal tier list, I have this at the very bottom with Triumphant Light, but that's, you guys take that with what you will.
I like the draw engine, but like, I'm not gonna lie, Suicune wasn't that like healthy for the game per se. Like Dark Tina was tier 0. This was like another type tier.
It was tier
deck.
0. We
It
can
was
just say
like-
that.
It was.
I don't know. The deck wasn't as like. I felt like it outsped like what do you call it, Dark Tina.
It didn't have a losing matchup because if you had a losing matchup, you just placed one Oricorio in the deck and it fixed everything.
Oh.
So
that is true. I
like,
forgot.
secluded-
I forgot about the Oricorio stuff and Suicune.
dude, so
Greninja, man.
okay, I'm not gonna lie. So it's kind of like a similar to Shining where Dark Tina mirror matches had skill. The Suicune mirror matches in this specific season had actually skill because
did.
it was the only decks to play were Suicune, so you had the Repel text, the boast, and all that stuff.
The tech
You didn't have
Ori.
Granny X, which was like a huge
Mars,
buff.
dude. Whether or not or when you played Mars in the Suicune mirror was it was like Galaxy
winning.
Brain type
Yeah.
stuff. Like, man.
But overall, it's just because if you think about it, we went from Wisdom, which had 12 playable
Yeah,
decks.
this is super top
and
heavy.
Suicune's single edition changed the most diverse fucking meta we had in Suit Tier 0.
It's a card that you
yeah.
have to like respect. Like you see it on the field,
yeah.
you have to change your whole like
Yeah.
how you play
Yeah.
the game.
I mean, listen, I think that this was really bad, but again, I look at things objectively from a diversity and a health perspective. Like there just wasn't a lot of things that you felt good playing, like all of the stuff that we were talking about before that we like to play Espeon, Buzzwole, some of the Oricorio stuff, like all of it just felt way worse because it just couldn't really contend with Suicune. And I think, yeah, man, I don't feel too great. I forget what the tournament was. This around when we started to run the Pocket Mats tournaments, or was this after? I don't remember.
I believe you started in Deluxe, if I'm not mistaken, because you did that band Greninja tournament.
Yeah. Okay.
Which was like the second or third one.
Yeah.
Mm.
All right.
Yeah.
So, I mean, to me, this
For
is.
me, it's under Triumphant.
I think this is. You think? What do you say?
I would put it under Triumphant.
All right, we got to start putting things in the F tier. But I think.
This
Not,
would
we're
be
not there
around
yet.
Not there
We
yet?
didn't get to B yet.
Triumph.
yeah.
That's
okay.
what
I
we
honestly
start.
wouldn't.
This is where
I
our
wouldn't-
opinions are going to conflict a little bit, though. Where you might not. Oh, you have Deluxe on here. I don't know how to define that because it technically was.
Well, Deluxe had
It's just
technically
like the
a little
same
bit of
thing.
different meta.
It
I would
was
put
a
it on.
little-
I would put
It had a different meta.
Secluded Springs. I would put F, bro. I don't care. It slightly because Daycare was more prevalent. So was the Decidueye. It was like a little bit less
so
because I think people were
I
more
obviously
annoyed.
Okay, I'm
as a
looking at this as
daycare-
all one thing.
Okay, so if we're rating both of them, so I would put Secluded in F, and then I would put Deluxe under Triumphant Light. That's what I would do because I think Deluxe
Yeah.
pack I had personally more enjoyable time.
Yeah, the meta game.
just a little bit.
To me, because to me, it's the same meta. It just went really long because we had Deluxe for a while,
Yeah,
which is why I think a lot
Well,
of people
I feel
hated
like
this.
People dropped Giratina from the from the Suicune build in the Deluxe era. It started just going either hard or
and even Dark Record.
No, I don't think that was until
I know. They
Indeedee.
didn't do that until they got Granny X.
Yeah, and Granny and Indeedee. This was still
No, they were playing the double Oricorio version.
some people were,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
that's
the
a
Deluxe.
different deck. If you're playing
I mean,
if you're
it's
playing
still
double
Suicune
Suicune and
Greninja.
double Oricorio, like that's a completely different deck in my mind.
Yeah.
For me, it's just like a different version, kind of like all the Megalots area ones. But
Yeah. Maybe.
All right. So I mean, how are we doing this? Because I don't look at I think Deluxe.
you could put them in the same. I would put them in F or at least
I
below
would
Triumphant Light
say
and Max.
Deluxe. I would fight for Deluxe being the F1 because 2 is just like we literally just got a pack of reprints. Sure, you got the Oak, but at the same time, it's like what the fuck? What did it do to advance the meta game?
Was this it was a different season, right? Ranked season?
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
different. It had
yeah.
two seasons.
Okay.
That's why I was separating
Okay.
them because I feel like the
So-
ranked season for me Deluxe.
Yeah.
Maybe it's because everybody quit the game. So
I
it
don't
was
know.
easier to rank.
I was having a good time, man. I finished top 500 both these seasons. Like,
It's the opposite though. The pack pulling and all that was like just like
Yeah.
it wasn't as great.
I think we
or-
should have had Deluxe after Wisdom, bro, and it would have been so peak.
I agree. Yeah,
That's what I was gonna say.
I don't think Deluxe should have taken the place of an actual set ever.
because it didn't have any Secluded Springs cards anyway, so there's no reason for it to even be after Secluded Springs.
I think you just released this in the middle of a season for the last 2 weeks because it didn't change the meta
That's
at all.
true
There
as
was
well.
no new cards in Deluxe. Like,
This is kind of like when I feel like this is when like they really said like, oh yeah, we really just don't care anymore.
well, I think
Yeah.
I interpreted this
The
as
start of it.
to like they were kind of leading up to B1, which was a really big set.
Yeah.
So they kind of, for some reason, gave us 2 months of nothing burger until until B1.
They didn't have the
My
budget.
opinions on B1 are going to be probably going to shock. I think you guys, I don't know. We might conflict there. I don't know how, I don't know
we're
how you're going to
definitely
rank
gonna
this,
conflict.
but the metagame to me,
I like Mega Rising, but
the metagame to
I
me
think
is the
something
same
like-
between both of these. It's just
I'm
one big.
thinking objectively something like this.
You have Deluxe
see, I
below?
would flip flop that personally, but whatever.
Yeah, I think Deluxe
I
was
think
better.
like-
I think the progression. I think the thing with Deluxe, if you, because it was really just 2 months. So the second month was super boring because we didn't get any new cards. But
That's what I'm saying.
the meta was
The
way more
progression was
healthy
better.
because
yeah,
people had
exactly.
time to develop counterplays and strategies and whatnot. So it's a weird thing. Like I think the least interested I've ever been in the game was probably during Deluxe Set EX, quite honestly, just because
Right.
there wasn't anything
But-
new for 2 months. But you know,
Mine was actually Eevee's Grove, but
yeah, Eevee Grove was also a step away time for sure for some people.
I mean, whatever, bro. Like they're the same thing. Who cares?
Can we just take
what
Deluxe
about the
off the
order?
tier list though? Can we not just average them?
or just at least just put it next to Secluded. If you're gonna just put them next to the same thing. If you're gonna put them,
yeah, like I'm
like in,
okay with F here. I don't think anybody's really
Yeah,
cares
just-
that much that either of these should be C tier.
yeah, just whatever, bro. It could be top of F. Why not?
Yeah.
Or like make a D tier.
It's
but
weird to
whatever.
separate them because like I get it though because they were 2 different seasons.
well, in a meta perspective, yeah. In a
Yeah,
version where like the player base started to decline because they weren't motivated to collect new cards, and Oak wasn't doing it for them.
Yeah, this was
There were people that left the game. So
This was-
that's where
yeah,
I
man.
split.
for
Yeah.
me and my
Yeah.
channel, like in everything I do for this was the
Yeah.
bottom of the barrel. Going 2 months after dropping a Suicune and not giving us any cards was abhorrent. I'm
Yeah.
surprised we're even still here. Like to be honest, after that,
Deluxe EX is when I
No.
started making content on this game.
that's insane, dude. You're crazy.
and now you're 1K broken grass, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think again, like they said towards the end, there was some daycare stuff. There was, Oricori was actually somewhat relevant in here. Flareon picked up. You remember like the Turbo Flareon? It actually had a winning matchup in this weekend. People never understood that, but it did.
Oh, that's because the casuals were just or like the average player
Did-
did
yeah, they-
not know how to play the matchup.
Right. And Guzzlord was interesting as well. It actually could contend. But I mean, if you look at this meta, it was Suicune, and it really did
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
turn the game into like, could you play the mirror match? And I think the big issue was a lot of people couldn't play the mirror sec in this season. Like you said, it was very skill dependent. If you didn't know how to play the mirror, if you weren't good at the game, like you just lost to Suicune outright.
Yeah,
Which
and even I made mistakes like occasionally too.
same
so.
dude, for sure. Like I was not good enough to beat some of these top tier Suicune players in the mirror, but
And people hate Greninja too, so like that
Dude, but
all the combinations.
people hate
are really
Greninja
bizarre.
because of this. This is the reason why people hate Greninja.
People hated Greninja. I feel like with the Sylveon stuff too. I feel like that's when it like
Yeah.
was like okay, Greninja's kind of well, no, it was kind of like Celestial Guardians. Like I don't think the Greninja decks were broken in Celestial Guardians, but people I feel like started hating it then. Then it's like Sylveon, like it came back of Sylveon, and then they're like, all right,
Yeah.
kind of annoying
This-
again. And then we had Suicune, and then it's like okay, this is a problem.
Yeah, I think this was
Red
because
Candy was the problem.
Greninja was high tier before, but this was the first time Greninja was tier 0.
Yeah, oppressive.
And I think we've been here ever since, quite frankly. Actually, this season's maybe an exception. We'll talk about that, but anyway. I like F. I'm thinking F for Secluded Springs. Like, there's no way I can't put it F, so.
Yeah. Let's talk
I'm
about.
gonna have to
Mega
abstain
Rising.
from that.
Boom.
Mega Rising
I'm-
for
this-
me is
This is Era 3.
Introduction of
this
Mega
is
Pokemon.
Era 3, and for me, Era 3 is just it is by default below anything else so far.
Why you say that?
I
Why you say
wouldn't necessarily say that. Like,
What do you mean?
I feel like the inclusion of like Blaziken Altaria was pretty nice, like to the metagame. It actually
Blaziken
gave
is
us
a
something
no.
to
Blaziken's a
fight
nut for me.
against Suicune.
Like any no. Like if
Blaziken
your
destroyed
main strategy is to
Suicune.
high roll a stage 2 and attack with it, like I think that is an unhealthy deck for the meta.
Yeah.
Bro,
Like, that is
for
just
sure.
not
I
a
don't
good
think
deck to have.
I don't think Blaziken was like a super healthy meta deck. But
No,
again,
the Blaziken was bad, but what was worse is Hydreigon's there too.
okay,
So-
but you're I think people are forgetting here. Hydreigon 8% of the meta share, Blaziken 5%. Like we weren't there yet. It wasn't Hydreigon a little bit,
Yeah.
but it really wasn't. This was
We're forgetting Oricorio.
Orimag was
and
gas.
Darkrai.
Orimag was gas. Suicune
Well,
Greninja was good.
unfortunately, like
Cool
the
fun.
ranked season didn't really start until like 7
Yeah.
years later.
Yeah, so that's the issue. But I'm a
So
tournament
by the
guy
time we
anyway.
actually got to like play ranked, everyone's just playing the unfun decks that made it horrible.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, but we have to think about the beginning and the middle. You can't just think about the end. It's kind of like that space time you're talking
the
about. You
first
can't
2
just
weeks
think
of
about
the
Celebi
season
only.
are the most important.
Again,
Like,
it was super long though.
So-
it was super long.
It was a month and
like
a half. It was a long one.
yeah. So like the end
Yes.
was actually half of it. It wasn't like Space Time Smackdown where the end was like actually just the end.
No, we only had like
this is like
we only
literally
had a
fit
2-week
like it was solved like 3 weeks in, and then we had
Yeah.
another 3 weeks of just like
right.
misery.
For sure. It went too long. I agree with that completely. But again, let's take a step back and just say, okay, think about all of this stuff. Like you said, it was the third era of Pokemon Pocket. We had Greninja EX that updated Suicune. We had Altaria. We had Indeedee. We had Chingling. We had Absol. We had Hydreigon. We had Blaziken. Basically,
And all of these things are negatives.
well, it may be,
Nah,
but that's the game. And like, to be fair, this season was extremely diverse. There was 7 top tier meta decks that all had winning matchups. In fact, Suicune and Hydreigon were the lowest out of all of those decks from an average win rate perspective this season.
I would put this in B.
This is
Yeah,
S tier.
I would
I
put this
agree.
above Shiny.
This is S tier
This that
in my mind.
this was fun.
I think.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah, I
on
like
F.
Mega Rising.
I think it
I'm
went
hard F.
downhill so quick that people forget. But I really
Oh,
do
yeah,
think this
I
was
agree.
a totally, especially the first 3 weeks. I thought this was awesome. I really did. I was super
So
hopeful.
for the beginning, I do agree like that A S tier because it was so good, it was so fun, and if we would have had it like in a rank season and let it progress,
If
naturally, it
ranked
would've
had
been
just
good.
came out,
But that being said, moving into that like whole how Jimbo said like the last 2 weeks was kind of long and the meta was figured out and now everybody's playing the same.
you know why I like
decks.
this season?
Like
You know why I like this
that's
season?
why I'll put it somewhere around the B tier.
Sure.
Either low A tier or B tier. That's what I'm saying.
The reason I like this season was because no deck won more of our tournaments than Magnus on Oricorio. It was the most winning deck this season. Fun fact.
That's
Is that
why,
your
bro.
favorite deck?
It makes sense.
I just need to know. Is
I think no, I'm
that
just
one of your favorites?
I think Oricorio is the best thing in the game from a
No. Okay.
a health perspective. When Oricorio just ends up winning these tournaments, it what it tells me is that people need to counter for Oricorio, and that's what happened, and it just creates a healthy dynamic.
They
To be
didn't
fair,
play. Yeah.
and this was before Altaria Greninja garbage, and this was when Hydreigon really wasn't that good because it wasn't figured out yet, and we didn't have Ice Pops, and it just wasn't that good, quite frankly, because it lost to Suicune and it lost to Altaria. Blaziken was somewhat relevant, but again, remember Blaziken came in with Entei and it struggled, and then it went away, and people played it with Heat more, and it was actually kind of gas. Double Greninja popped up, so that's technically I always categorize that as a different archetype than Suicune Greninja, the double Greninja deck, which I know Sekiro liked. And Decidueye, modern Decidueye, Suicune counter popped up, so even Decidueye was somewhat relevant in the meta. Again, that's just my opinion. This is an S tier meta in my mind, but you guys can
you
rank
guys,
it.
you're making some good
So-
arguments, and that's why I have it at the top of F tier.
There it is.
So
There
okay,
you go.
so my reason, I'm kind of like neutral. I'm putting in a B. For me, I think it was a fantastic season where I loved Oricorio Absol, bro. I wish that deck stayed around more. Obviously, Hydreigon.
That was cool.
Hydreigon
No,
ruined
I
it.
agree. That was an
Hydreigon ruined
awesome
it.
deck.
However, like I think I can't say this is better than anything I have in A. Like for me personally, in a
What do we
biased
have in A?
position,
Can we
I
pull
love
this up?
Mega Rising.
Can we pull this up?
It was mythical. We had Mythical Islands, Celestial, and Space Time.
And what's S? So we
And
have
I just don't think
Wisdom
it's on
and
those levels.
Yeah, I'm not gonna put it. I guess you're right. Now that I look at that, because Wisdom and ED Crisis are peak. I think A is fine.
I can't
I
put it
would
at-
say
yeah.
A actually.
I would argue high B, bottom of A.
You wanna put it
I would
B?
be fine with either of those. I would put it above-
We
I
have
would
to put
it
it
top of
B. I can't
Okay. All right.
put my seal of approval on this tier list.
Can we go? Can we go top?
B.
Can I barter? Can we go top at B here? Is that okay?
Yeah, I would agree.
Yeah, that's
I would
fine.
agree
Yeah,
with that.
like I said, brother,
I'll let you get away with it. I'll let you get.
I
get away with
still
it,
don't
bro.
agree with Shining, bro. I still don't
Dude,
agree
how
with
did Shining Revelry get B tier? Who did that? That's insane. Can
Me
we
and
put that
Ericko
below
are
Genetic
arguing
Apex,
for
please?
Shiny.
Dude, can we move Genetic Apex above Shining
If you guys
Rover?
could have Shining, we could have Mega Rising. don't think it was
Dude,
bad.
I
just
would
think
I
the-
would take Shining any day of the week over Mega. Like I would much
everything
rather
above
that.
her, bro. See, I would have the opposite. I would like.
Bro.
I would rather. I don't know, bro. Maybe I would have.
What a
I
podcast.
fucking
this
hate
is.
Altaria, bro.
I know.
This is gonna-
Dude, tier lists
Everyone
are
just-
infinitely more interesting when you have 4 nerds arguing over
Bro,
it.
I've been here
It's
from
great.
the beginning, dude. I need people. If you're listening to this, I need you to know that I've been here making these videos about tournament metagame progression from literally day one. So,
yeah, and you came from the TCG. I mean, I was here from day one for Pocket at least.
bro,
Yeah.
Also, bro.
This is-
Dude, I
was fine with you,
VPN'd
bro.
into New Zealand to play this shit, alright?
that's
Yo,
I was
crazy.
talking about
you just brought
content
me to
creation,
this
though.
game.
I think we're talking about content creation, where like Pocket Mads was already established, and then I was like that mini guy who eventually blew up.
Bro. All right. I mean, B tier. I mean, that's crazy, dude. Really, like Chingling. I mean, I guess okay.
I don't think Chingling's great for the game either.
No,
Nah,
you don't think
I
so?
like Chingling.
I think Chingling
It's
is
the
only
only-
good for the game because of
the only
Hydreigon.
reason Suicune Greninja ever stopped being a tier 0 deck. So we got to give it some credit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess
True.
that's true.
It's
I'm
I'm not-
fine. I am fine if you want to put it top of B, but we are not putting it above that.
That's fine. I
For,
mean,
for me, I just think everything else is peak.
it's so many new cards. Like it was all just new stuff. I think that's why I like it. I think it was just such a refresh, like a sudden flash of like, look at all this new stuff, you know. And it was diverse for a bit. But honestly, I'm talking myself out of it now because of one thing in particular, which to me defines the third era of Pocket, which is actually Copycat.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Copycat ruined the game.
Copycat was
Fuck that
terrible for
card,
the
dude.
game too.
Horrible.
Honestly,
And it was funny because when I first saw it, I was like, yo, like they're letting decks
That
get
power
up to
creep.
par with Suicune. And I was like, that's awesome. And then I was like, wait a minute. Like this is
Now
so bad.
everything's up to par with Suicune.
Now exactly. And I was like, this is a horrible thing. Now Hydreigon's more consistent than Suicune somehow. Yeah, Copycat is brutal, man. We definitely need some type of
we need a ban list. I'm just gonna say it here.
yeah, we need a ban.
Yeah,
list.
We genuinely need a ban list. That's the only way to fix the game. We gotta get rid of Altaria, get rid of Hydreigon, get rid of Copycat, and get rid of Suicune. Fucking game is solved. Where
Dude,
wow,
I mean,
four
It
guys
actually would
fucking
be
fixed it.
so good. It would be
getting rid of
peak.
Copycat would be crazy. I wonder what that would
No, but
look
we
like.
get rid of Suicune. We just get rid of
If
Suicune.
you get
No,
rid
you
of
don't need to get rid of
Suicune and
Suicune,
Copycat, it's fine.
We don't need to get rid of Suicune. at this point.
because they have Granny X, bro. Like if you, I don't know.
They
bro.
lose
No,
to
because if
Altaria.
we get
You
rid
lose
of
to
if we
Altaria.
get rid of the other things, then Suicune would become like it would just be secluded
Yeah.
Springs meta again, right?
Which is goaded, right? Oh no, that's bad.
Secluded
Well, no,
Springs.
because Mag
Whoa, whoa.
Corio is better though, because we have Lycia, so Altaria and Mag Corio are still relevant. They're going to keep Suicune and Hydreigon in check because we have Chingling. So you don't need to get
Yeah,
rid
but,
of
like,
Suicune.
Suicune
Just get rid of
still
Copycat.
Power creeps. But Suicune like power creeps like all the other decks. Like if you take Suicune out, then you could have like all like Guzz and Buzz and come back and stuff like that too.
This season. All right, hold on. We'll get to it, but I don't think Suicune's an issue at all
True.
at this point.
Well, no, not this season at all. I'm just talking about like if you remove like Hydreigon and Altaria, like I was like talking about that.
I mean, I think the issue with
But-
Hydreigon's Copycat. I'll be honest.
Oh yeah, 100%. But
And Ice Pop. Quite yeah. So
I just want them all dead.
Ice Pop should have never. been
We'll
in the
get to
game.
Ice Pop. We got another pack in between. There.
Yeah,
All right.
let's get into it. My
Let's talk
opinions.
about Crimson Blaze.
So this is for me. This is also F tier, and it is below Mega Rising.
I agree.
Second worst.
So
yeah.
what is there to
I
even
think-
talk about here? Like what's the
Magnezone.
difference?
I hate that card.
We
No.
got Clement and the Mirror Shot.
Yeah, okay.
Magnezone.
So upgraded Orimag, which is not a bad thing, but you know what the actual difference is here? Is Altaria Greninja.
Starters were ass.
Hydreigon got solved, and then Altaria Greninja came into the game.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
And it's just it was not good. I would just you have like it's bottom, bro. Like
Yeah. I
this
think-
is
No, it is bottom of F tier, but there's another. We got one more pack.
yeah, we got the next one, bro. Which this is I've been
and
waiting.
Wow,
I've been waiting. for
Nothing
this.
changed.
Oh no,
Nothing
something changed. There's Ice Pop now, baby.
Oh yeah, true.
Now the
So,
metagame looks
yep.
very different, actually. I think people,
I know
I
it
think
does.
people consider they bleed them together,
Blaziken is
but
completely out.
Crimson Blaze was 15% Suicune, 10% Hydreigon.
Yeah.
So we've yet to make that flip.
So
you know,
so the reason
it's just high roll.
So Suicune beat Altaria and like Hydreigon last time, and then all those other decks just got super big buffs in this new set, which kicked Suicune out. And Suicune was honestly the hero. I know people hate Greninja, bro. You have a Greninja deck, womp womp womp, bro. Fuck off,
This
bro.
season?
It's not that. It's not. It's,
Crimson Blaze.
yeah, like yeah. Like or anytime someone sees Greninja, bro, as a top deck, bro, they just whine.
Well,
And
yeah.
then like, dude,
I mean,
it's not
Altaria
even, like,
Greninja
the best
is horrid. That is
well, that
an
one
abomination.
is, yeah, that I don't accept that. Yeah, but I feel like that's more like Mega Altaria than Greninja.
that was the
though.
best deck this season, quite frankly. It wasn't the most played.
Oh, it is,
but-
and last season.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean. Like
But
in
yeah.
Crimson Blaze, like that's what this season was. This Altaria Greninja didn't exist until Crimson Blaze, so you got to remember.
I should
that.
say like Suicune Greninja was like I feel like was fine. It was not like
No,
over
I mean-
soon. Like it was still very strong.
Yeah.
But people were like bitching about
I
it for
think
no reason.
the main core issue here was that Matt Corey got buffed and Altaria dipped, so people weren't really playing the kind of traditional Altaria stuff. But this really was, and I think we're still here, and it's the same stuff, but like it's Altaria, Hydreigon, Suicune. Like that is from this point on,
Nothing's gonna change.
nothing's
within
even
the
relevant
Yeah.
really, because like.
And then Suicune's gone weaker, and the other two's gone buff.
Well, we had Dark Greninja. We had Dark Greninja this season, and I know you like playing Dark Greninja, so this was when that started to be relevant.
Are we still talking about? I thought we were to skip Crimson Blaze. Bro.
I
thought
think we're
that
still
shit
in
was
it.
just
Did we rank it? This is my bad.
shit.
I've been talking about Crimson Blaze.
Oh no. I mean, I think they're to be honest, they're the same thing.
Well,
Yeah.
but they're
But
not though. That's what I'm
almost.
trying to tell you. Is like I think you think they are,
No, yeah,
but
yeah.
there's actually a big difference.
Well,
No, yeah, Crimson
Suicune-
Blaze was, in my opinion, like a lot better than.
actually,
Fantastical
Crimson
Parade.
Blaze.
So Crimson Blaze was like I said, it was Suicune Greninja, but it was the same Suicune Greninja deck. I don't think anything
Yeah.
changed, unless I'm wrong. Like it's the same
No.
as it was in Wisdom. Maybe they started to, this season they started playing DD instead of Giratina, because I think in Mega Rising they still played Giratina, but it basically
they
the same
switched
deck.
to Indeedee pretty fast.
Okay.
They switched to Indeedee, I think, like halfway through. It was kind of like a mix. Like some people still played Giratina,
Sure.
but like it was like the last 3 weeks it was Indeedee.
Yeah, this
Grand Absol was like a thing last week, also of Mega Rising, and then obviously it was
Okay.
more relevant going in here.
Altaria
And then Grand
Giratina.
Altaria was like, yeah.
Altaria Giratina. That deck was a little slept on this season.
Oh yeah.
This was again Decidueye and Venusaur being somewhat relevant as counter Suicune decks.
Venusaur like exploded. Like, Venusaur had like 2 weeks maybe of relevancy, and then it just completely fizzled out.
Yeah, I think
So
the
that
big.
one Mexican guy won with it.
I'm trying to put a finger on this meta, dude. I think it was
I said it for
Furfrou.
this reason.
I think this was
I said it for
Furfrou.
this reason.
Yeah, it was Furfrou.
So
like,
Furfrou-
that one Venusaur guy.
This was the
Awful.
decline of Chingling, which has been horrid for the metagame in my mind. And Furfrou was seen playing Hydreigon. It was seen playing Altaria. It was seen play all over the place. A lot less Chingling, Hydreigon, Suicune, or really it was Hydreigon and Greninja. Was really all this was. Now that I'm looking at it, it's either C or F for me. But I think I'm going with Jimbo's sort of perspective, where there's this and then there's the one below this. So I'm gonna say C tier for this set for Crimson.
I could see it above. I could see it at bottom C, or I could see it F. For me,
I can only see it F. There's no way it's not an
Yeah.
F.
I
So you
can see
think-
high F.
You think this is better or worse than Fantastical Parade?
I think high F.
Oh,
is
Fantastical
better.
Parade is the worst.
But
Right,
Fantastical
okay.
Parade is the worst set.
Okay, so you're just putting this right with Secluded Springs and
Yeah.
Yeah.
all right, that's fine. Put this in
Yeah.
F. I'm not trying to defend Crimson Blaze. I just think that this was better than the current season in my mind.
Oh yeah. Well, 100%.
Something like this. I would
Anything
say.
is. I would
This-
honestly.
Well, we
no,
gotta
for me,
rank
Fantastical
Fantastical
Parade
Parade.
is
Two decks.
at the bottom of F.
Yeah, okay.
It gives you
I
two
would-
decks.
Let's talk about Fantastical
Secluded
Parade.
Springs only got you one.
Yeah,
I've yet to
yeah.
actually talk
Crimson
about
Blade was
this.
like a filler season.
This is so yeah, okay. So let's rank B2 Fantastical Parade. And I'm gonna come out and just say this is by far the worst. It's the worst. This is bottom
yeah.
of the bottom of the bottom.
Yeah, you gotta put it at the bottom, bro. Like, don't even put Secluded Springs up. You gotta actually move.
I might even put Secluded like above Crimson, bro. Like I think honestly
I would too. I absolutely would too. But I'm abstaining from my Secluded and Deluxe EX
I think
opinion,
they're both mid.
because I was having a blast with Daycare. So I'm just not even gonna insert
For me,
my
Secluded
opinion there.
Springs and Crimson Blaze are kind of like the same thing. I don't know. Like for me, like they're both just shit.
yeah, they're both bad.
But they're not
Like,
as shit.
everything in F tier is.
This
dog
is,
shit
dude,
No matter what.
This season's bad. I don't know if you guys have even looked at the numbers this season, bro, but it's real bad. It's at this point it's 17% Hydreigon at a 53% win rate. So it's not even like it's like pretty. It's like dominating and massive it's tier 0 almost at this point is how I'd categorize Hydreigon this.
Well,
this
no,
season.
there's like there's like 4 Mega Altaria decks. So if you combine them, technically Mega Altaria is the best deck,
Well, they're all different decks.
Yeah.
or like best Pokemon.
It's the best
Well,
Pokemon, but they're different decks.
yeah.
You know,
I mean, all the same bullshit sleep scam for me, but
they all have lower.
I
they all
know-
have,
I
well,
know
they
what you mean.
operate differently though. It's not what you got. We got to think
I know they all
about
have
it.
like different matchups.
Like you play
Gourgeist beats
Gourgeist,
Oricorio.
you play Gourgeist to
Yeah.
beat Choreo, but then you lose to the other ones, or you play Chingling and you beat Hydreigon,
No,
but you
yeah,
lose
I
to
know.
other stuff, or you play Greninja and it's just Hyrule Slop. Like those are all different decks.
For me, like half the time they just do the same thing where they
Like
Chinglock you and
Chingling
then they go
Altaria,
Mega Altaria.
yeah. I mean that is.
So like 90% of the time they're doing the same thing, but like the other 10% like they have those like unique scenarios. Yeah. But like it's just Altaria or Hydreigon. Pick your poison.
Is there any
and then you have
standout this season, bro?
Suicune, which is like
Is there any upside to the season, like at all?
Dude,
Yeah,
all the concept-
yeah, we're gonna. It's like, you know, when you get like a really low, so you can appreciate the highs.
Is that what this is? Huh?
Yo,
Yeah,
yeah.
Like Kang? Like, are we talking? Is Kangaskhan doing anything for anybody? Like, is that even worth mentioning?
at the beginning,
I've
but
been playing it actually
not
last 2
there.
days.
I was
what
having
about-
fun
I mean,
with it.
What about the
It's
stall?
mid.
What about the Indeedee stall decks? Steelix, Snorlax? Like, no.
Hey, yeah,
think
you
that's
know,
it.
I mean, check out my video on Lapras Stall.
Mimikyu.
You know
Yeah.
it's base.
We got Mimikyu.
Yeah, Mimikyu was
That was
Mimikyu
cool, but
then
now
everyone-
everyone's playing Chingling Altaria, so
Yeah.
you can't play that deck at all.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
better. It's the same thing but better. So, man, what a bad time to be alive, man. Copycat, Ice Pop,
Yeah.
Rare Candy, Hydreigon.
Yep.
You know it's bad when I open Twitch and like all the top like rank grinders, I'm seeing them just play different games.
Yeah, dude, it's also like this is worse to me than tier 0 Suicune in my mind, like by far.
Yeah.
Like
Oh,
I would
100%.
take,
Oh,
yeah, I would
100%.
take tier 0 Suicune over tier 0 Hydreigon like any day.
Can we make another tier actually? Because I feel like it's kind of disrespectful to have this at the same tier as like other seasons in my personal
This
mind.
is-
Because I feel like this
dude,
is like super
That's why
low.
I was saying there needed to be another tier at the beginning. I foresaw this
That is true.
situation.
No,
That
yeah.
is- that's a good point. I think we should
Yeah,
get
yo, that's how
Deluxe
it is
out
easy,
of this
bro.
tier list. Quite frankly, I think like it's the same as Secluded Spring, so I would just delete that from the tier list. Deluxe, and I would just put. I think Crimson Blaze, Secluded Springs, and Fantastical Parade are all bottom of the barrel, man. I really do. I really do.
Lucky Ice Pop
definitely
was
is,
the worst
time
addition.
to be alive. But yeah, no, I feel like this is gonna be a nice little wrap to the tier list.
Man, that's crazy when you put it this way, bro.
It is.
Wait, there's a lot
It
riding
is.
on this next set. That's for sure. That's crazy.
Yeah.
I
It's
tweeted it out, bro. I think the
been
next
rough.
set's
This is
do or
do
die.
or die time over here.
Yeah.
Wild.
Now, that being said, right?
That's crazy.
The
Man.
last topic I wanted to cover, right, was mainly, you know, I think objectively we have to cover this because, again, for the same reason as Meowscarada and Gholdengo, we are all here talking about it as a group. What are your thoughts? I know 3 of us made a video on how we feel about the tournament scene and how Pokemon, you know, feels about like what they're gonna do, improve trade systems, and how do you guys feel with that approach about the doom and gloom of Pokemon Pocket's competitive scene?
I mean, they just want the
Um,
game to be dead. They do, right? Like, you don't say, like, I want my game to be a casual game and expect for your revenue to even, like, not just, like, flatline. Like, you can't expect, like, obviously retention's gonna go down. You can't have a casual game without a competitive aspect. Like, it's just gonna die.
Yeah.
If there's no competitive aspect to it, there's no one to be a casual for it, right? There's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
you can't have that distinction.
Yeah. Right. No, I know what you're trying to say. It's weird because we already have there's rank that we have ranked in the game, so that's not even like
Yeah, like if
you
they
can't
didn't
make
want
that
it, they shouldn't have
argument.
added
There's
ranked.
already a competitive game mode in the game. Like it's already there. There is a competitive. Like it's not going to go away. It sometimes goes up and down as we talked about in this video. But there's competitive Pokemon Pocket. There always will be as long as people play the game. But for Ericko's question specifically, which is about I think like the esports, the official competitive circuit stuff for Pokemon Pocket. My opinion about this is that this is old news and it shouldn't surprise anybody, and nobody at any point in time should have ever thought that we would be getting a Pokemon Pocket tournament at the World Championships. Like that's not ever that wasn't ever in the cards. I'm not saying it won't ever happen. It's just should never have been in anybody's thoughts up to this point. And if it was, maybe you're disappointed. But if you remember a year ago today, the exact same thing was being said and talked about, and we're in the same spot. And I think we're always going to be in the same spot. And it's just how it goes. I covered it in my video, but I think it's just you can't have the TCG and Pocket together. It just doesn't really make sense. They're just too similar, and it doesn't. I don't know.
I have a counter argument to that.
All right, yeah.
So
go ahead.
I do what do you call it? I did mention this a lot of times, even prior to my video. I think a different podcast episode, but like if other games could initiate a mobile game with the same card game, right? But like in a different format and a different play style. Like I'm gonna use this example, and I'm gonna die on that hill. Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links, right? Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links has a 3-zone, format, right? And it's completely different from Yu-Gi-Oh! TCG. Yu-Gi-Oh! Still wants to sell TCG products, just like Pokemon wants to sell cards, right? Sure, printing rates and all that like could probably play an effect to it, and that's one of the reasons why Pokemon TCG Pocket came out, right? There's a fix where a lot of these people were like itching, I need a pull cards. Yes, there's a collector aspect to this game. People had no access to Pokemon cards, right? So that being said, right, not having a competitive outlet such as Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links is being is successful, right? You have your TCG, right? It's not affecting the TCG because it has a different playstyle. Pokemon, the TCG has a different playstyle. 6 prizes, we get 3 prizes, right?
Yeah.
We don't have energies in our decks. They're
it's
automatically
different.
given to us.
Yeah.
Now, one thing I do want to mention, they have Master Duel. Master Duel is literally, if anything, that should have been the one that kills regular TCG Yu-Gi-Oh, right? Because that's more, it's easier to get cards. You're not spending $200 for a playset of a Exceed
Right.
or a broken spell or trap.
And they're the
right?
same cards too,
So-
right? They're not like unique.
Exactly.
They're not. Yeah.
Right, not unique or
Yeah,
anything.
it's the same cards.
So, it just blows my mind, right? I understand that there's always been this aspect that this game might have never been competitive, but like you're seeing other franchises, pop off and still continue to grow. And like it's not like a player is gonna completely lay off TCG, what do you call it? The actual TCG, right? They'll, if anything, they'll just split revenue. They'll spend money on cards, spend money on the app. So I feel like there's literally no reason, why we couldn't go there. But like for Champions, sure, you could use that argument, right? Sure, we could wait another couple years, but like at the same time, it just doesn't make sense because like if other games, and I feel like other games will get there. There's Digimon with Bandai, they still have a successful game. Of course, they have the successful One Piece IP, right, which is doing great. And Digimon is gonna come out with an app pretty soon with its own version, and that may help Bandai. And depending on how that goes, maybe One Piece, the trading card game, is going to have a mobile app game, and that's gonna probably become successful if that Digimon one becomes successful.
Right.
So I just feel like all that could really just help the game versus looking at it as, oh, you're competitive, oh, you're casual, you just like packs, these two groups don't match. I feel like there's open avenues for everything.
Yeah.
But that's my rant on this.
No, yeah.
I
no,
just
and
wanna-
I like that.
I
And
wanted
I
to-
agree with a lot of that.
Yeah, I want to go off of that too, though. Like you were saying, how with like the split revenue, like some person who's going to enjoy both, right? They'll split, like they'll spend some on one thing, some on the other. There are people like me who I don't like the Pokemon, like I don't like the Pokemon paper TCG. I think that card games with the your resource being shuffled into your deck, I think that is an archaic mechanic that is just like not competitively interesting to me.
Prize
I
cards?
don't like that kind of variance. Oh yeah, I don't like the prize card thing either. But like I'm talking about like the energy being shuffled into your deck, like that's an issue for me. I'm not gonna find like that to be as competitively like
Yeah.
interesting. So I'm alienated from the paper TCG, right? But I love Pocket, right? So they actually have me as a customer because of Pocket, whereas they wouldn't otherwise.
Right.
So
they're
like,
different
there's gonna
enough.
be
They're different enough.
There's
like
they are.
Yeah. I just want to make sure, like, I think there's a difference between like whether or not they could do it or it would be good for the game, because I completely agree with everything that Ericko said. I think like there's really not any downside to it other than the money and the investment they'd have to put in, which I'm not saying is a bad thing. I'm just saying, like, from a sensical perspective, I think it is different from the Yu-Gi-Oh example, because Yu-Gi-Oh only has the TCG, right? And then they have the game. Where Pokemon, like, you have the TCG, you have the video games, then you have Unite, and then you have Pokemon Go and whatever else they're going to add to the future. Like, it's a different scenario. Like, it's hard to make that comparison because for Pokemon, like, the TCG isn't the only thing, right? So it's like you'd have Unite, you'd have Go, you'd have VGC, TCG, and then you'd have also TCG, but TCG Pocket, right? So that's why it just seems it would be a little bit like kind of nonsensical in that sense. I'm not saying it would be a bad thing, because I think nobody would be upset about it other than maybe people in the TCG community.
Oh no, they're the casuals would be super, dude. So I made that video. The casuals were saying it'd be just bad, but like, they don't understand, like, if it actually was added, it would only benefit them because there'd be more eyes. They'd probably prioritize actually trying to, you know, make the game last as long as possible. Maybe actually adding stuff to the game because it's gonna have, like I said, more players, all stuff.
Yeah,
it's just I just don't understand that. Like, yeah, we, like you said, bro, we knew it probably was gonna happen, but I wish instead of just saying they're like, oh, maybe we're looking to the future, which AKA means we don't give a fuck, we're never gonna do it. I wish they would have said, oh, maybe in 2 years that's something we could look into, you know. Obviously, and then maybe 2 years they still say no, but at least like there would be something.
Yeah.
But like, yeah I don't know. For some reason, I'm gonna be honest, bro. Casuals just apparently didn't want it, or at least not all of them, obviously, but some of them just thought that if it did get added, it would just be a downside to the game.
It's so funny too,
which makes no sense to
like
me.
the TCG isn't a competitive thing. Like, I don't think people understand. 99.99999% of people that play Pokemon or use Pokemon cards or collect Pokemon cards or like Pokemon cards don't play the game, and if they do, they don't play it at a competitive circuit level. So it's like the argument doesn't make any sense because it's the exact same thing for the TCG. The minuscule tiny amount of that community is a competitive, whereas for Pocket, even if it's the same thing, I don't know how many people play Pocket on a daily basis, but like we have the competitive community and we have the casual community, but like way more people play the game for a Pokemon Pocket because it's a game and it's easily accessible and it's on your phone than people play the card game. You know what I mean? So it's like it would make even more sense than the official TCG would, because we already have way more people actually playing the game in Pocket than they do in TCG. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't even make sense.
Yeah.
That argument doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. The only thing that kind of skews with that, like, I would want to see the data on pre-2020, because we're in this like scalper market, like, which kind of like people don't care about they just want to buy the cards, sell them, and I feel like that heavily you know, inflates the number of, like, you know, the competitive play. I just want to know like what the numbers pre to that was. Yeah, because it's interesting. Was really collecting Pokemon cards back then. Let's just be real. Until the whole Logan Paul scandal.
I think I bet millions of people were though. Is what's crazy though. Like, it just became more popular now. But like Yu-Gi-Oh is a great example because like.
But not as an investment.
Yeah.
You know
right. Yeah. No. Exactly. Yeah. It is a different world. But like, Yu-Gi-Oh is so funny because like, what percentage of people that have and buy Yu-Gi-Oh cards play the game? If you had to guess right now.
I think a lot more actually than like something like Pokemon.
Like close to 100%. Like, who's just collecting Yu-Gi-Oh cards? Like, anybody? That's
what I'm saying.
No
one.
one.
I don't think so.
But 99.99% of people.
How they treat their cards.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
They treat everything to hell.
But for Pokemon, it's literally, I'm saying 99.99% of people that buy cards don't play the game.
It's the biggest gaming brand like ever. So that's like also like another reason. And also like, Pocket's also like way more accessible too, like to be able to spectate.
Yeah. I think Pocket is great. And I think competitive Pocket is nothing but interesting, and it opens up the world for people. I think the great thing about Pocket is it's simple, it's easy to understand, and it's easy to digest, and you can still have fun, you can still be competitive. And if you want to take Pocket, or, you know, from playing Pocket and go to a different TCG, you can do that. It's like a great stepping stone. Just because the game is simple doesn't mean that it's not competitive, right? Like there's a
Yeah.
difference between something being contrived and something being complex. You know what I mean? And
Yeah, it's not the most complex game. I'm not like,
Yeah.
especially this season too.
oh,
But there is skill
the season's-
involved in the game.
The season's not a great argument for any of that. Of
Well,
course,
no,
but-
yeah, but like past seasons, like
Yeah.
Wisdom,
Past seasons
Ed-
for sure.
Edie's
This season,
Grove.
I don't know
or-
that I would say that there is skill involved.
Well, yeah, but you know,
Well, this is a very bad example. Like this is like the worst we've ever
Yeah,
had.
it is
so.
literally the worst.
yeah, but again, like it's also about the formatting, right? Like we're playing best of one
Mhm.
random matches in ranked mode, like so it's different, right? But in like and I talked about it a little bit in my video. If there was a real competitive circuit for Pokemon Pocket, like I would do dual or triple deck, best of 3, like kind of a conquest type format, right? And I think for Pocket.
Yeah.
I've always said this, the best part about Pocket, the most fun, like the most competitive part about Pokemon Pocket is all of the work you put in before you play the game. It's about building the deck, playing the right cards, you know, understanding the metagame and the strategies and how the cards all interact with each other. And then when you play the game, like, yeah, you let the dice roll and you see where it goes. But like the whole concept of Pokemon Pocket that I love is the fact that there's so many new cards coming. They interact all differently. Things change all the time. And it's about playing the right decks, playing the right cards. And
Yeah, exactly.
that's competitive in nature, right? Like it's almost like an interactive auto battler. You know, that's kind of how I look at Pokemon Pocket. You know, it's just a different thing. And yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, I think a competitive Pocket scene would be nothing but awesome. People would enjoy it and make people happy, and it wouldn't hurt
Yeah.
anybody other than, you know, Pokemon having to pay money out for it or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But
it wouldn't kill the casual scene. It would only benefit both casuals and competitive players. There's
Right.
literally no downside. Was it ever gonna happen? Not likely, bro.
no,
But
it's
like I said, like there's
happening.
good arguments of why it should have.
definitely not happening.
Yeah.
No, but what they could do, which I think is more likely and would be really cool, is if they just had a separate thing for Pocket, right? It's a digital game. Like you could just so easily like make an announcement saying, hey, we have a tournament that we're doing this season, right? Or whatever. And it's just
Yeah.
like you go and you play online against people, and then there's a reward at the end or something. You know what I mean? And they can publicize the results. They could do it so easily because it's just a mobile game. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it'd be super sick.
It doesn't. I don't have to go to you know, Japan or wherever they run these tournaments, right? And go on stage and spend $14,000 a year to travel to play in a tournament. It's Pokemon Pocket. It could be competitive. There's so many opportunities for that. It's a different thing. You know what I mean? And I don't think people should be discouraged by the fact they said they're not adding it to the competitive circuit, because to me that never made any sense. It just doesn't make any sense to do that. That doesn't mean that there shouldn't be some integration competitively with Pocket, but again, they haven't announced it, so I don't know what that could be. But
Yeah,
you know,
I'm at least happy for the side events. I mean, I've from like one of the homies of like one of our homies, like Pogo Ash. She's I think went to like 2 side events, or maybe just the one side event that was at UIC. And I think I knew someone else who went to the first one at Worlds actually, and I've only heard a good thing about the side events. So at least we have those, which is like a cool way to, you know, if you ever are at one of the Pokemon events, to be able to meet up and play actual Pokemon Pocket in real life, like see the community in person. So at least we have that. So we really can't complain. Like obviously, like I said, like all 4 of us want the best. I mean, it is our jobs or part-time jobs, and we just obviously we don't like, we're not playing Pokemon Pocket, bro, to try to make millions of dollars. This is not the game to do that.
Yeah.
Like we're not doing the game. We're doing the game out of love,
yeah,
or at least
yeah.
I would assume so.
And honestly, like the physical TCG, like it's really been over the last couple of years that they've really started to invest heavily in it, because it really was just something nobody, and even Pokemon, really cared about at all until like the post-COVID era. And VGC is also an interesting thing because again, like the amount of people that play and compete in VGC is a fraction of a percent of the people that play Pokemon Scarlet Violet. And I think Champions is going to fix that maybe. But at the end of the day, like there's no difference between Pocket and any other Pokemon game. Pokemon's a casual thing fundamentally, but you can play anything you want. People slap each other in the face for competition. That's literally what people do. Like you can watch it on TV. There's people literally slapping each other as a competition. Like Pokemon Pocket can also be a competition.
Brains for competitive.
Is that not a thing
Just to say
too?
we're better.
There's literally
is.
like
It
a
is.
slapping contest that people do. It's hilarious, but whatever. You know,
I think Dana White owns that too.
That's awesome.
The UFC.
it's fun to watch. You
It's
know,
crazy.
whatever.
Yeah.
I don't care. I don't care at all. I'm not saying like, hey, I'm a casual face slapper. Like if you want to compete in something, do it. Like doesn't hurt. Never hurts at all.
Yo, Sek, I challenge you to a face slap comp.
That's right. Let's go.
First of
I'm
five.
down.
It's kind of what Pocket is, honestly. It's just, you know,
I was about to say I might be more competitive than this season, but
it's crazy, man. Yeah, to Sek's point, like the only people I think that are against any sort of competitive development for Pocket are either people that are just bad at the game and don't want to feel worse at the game by highlighting other people that aren't bad at the game, and people that just play other TCGs and don't want to be overshadowed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're just like, they're just on the defensive, which is whatever. So, yep. Anyway,
It is what it is, but I feel like that was a great way. We all, got our thoughts out there, elaborated a little bit more with 4 brains here, right?
you guys got to stop getting me on
So-
these podcasts, bro. I go forever. We've been here 2.5 hours. It's insane.
hey man,
Nah.
you're recovering Tilly, bro. So
Talking for both of
Nah.
us, I guess.
shout
Yeah.
out to Tilly, man.
Nah, Tilly was originally supposed to be here with Pocket Mads, but I don't know. This last minute.
Oh, dude, imagine it would have been a 7-hour
Go Tilly,
video.
bro.
A 7-hour video.
I miss him.
I would,
really do.
yeah.
Yeah.
But
Hope he's
anyways,
doing well.
I feel like it is a good time to end because 2 hours and 40 minutes and my
Yeah, it's very
editor's
long.
gonna kill me.
This was great, man. I genuinely love it.
Yeah.
I love coming on the podcast. It's always really fun, and
No, we love having you around. I mean, definitely a lot of information, and we got like a very statistical version of everything. If not, me, Jimbo, and Sakura would have been fighting like monkey brains over.
Yeah, we would have been like
This meta was
over
better.
how. Yeah, it would have been like, oh, I like Decidueye. Well, I hate Charizard. I like
actually
Charizard. Like,
yeah, there's always subjective and objective type ways to look at
Yeah.
things, and I think it's
No,
it's all
exactly.
perspective at the end of the day. But yeah, man, I think competitive Pocket is gonna be fine, man. I know right now we're in it's a hard time to get this news just based off of like what competitive
Yeah.
Pocket feels
Yeah,
like right now.
I think it was just a bad
It's a bad
timing
time,
thing,
for
bro.
sure.
If it was like any other meta, bro, like sure.
Yeah,
But it's
I know.
like it
The
came
nail
out
in
like
the
when the game
coffin,
is not competitive.
The 30th anniversary. That's the nail in the coffin. I think you're
That too, yeah.
promoting Pokemon, but not you, bro. You're the Meg of the family. You're
Yeah,
my family
well, it's
guy.
dude, it's so
Yeah.
funny because he was like, the article is absolute gold because the quote from the guy himself, I forget his name, it's like Mike Brown or something.
Chris Brown.
Chris Brown. He was like, yeah, right now our approach with Pokemon Pocket feels great.
Great.
Is what he said, and I was like,
Yeah,
wow.
I think that was the main thing.
I was
that
like,
was the kick
that's
in the ball. It was
crazy,
like,
dude. I'm like, what are you
that
on?
season,
He's like, we're
dumb article, bro, where they just saying some bullshit, bro, and then we're not even in Pokemon Day.
Yeah.
So it's just like three L's back to back.
He's like, we're gonna focus on improving trading and all this stuff. I'm like, well, bro,
what is there to improve?
that's what I mean. I'm like,
they
what are you
already
talking?
did
What are you
everything.
actually talking
Like, yeah.
about? You know,
The only thing left is remove stamina. That's the only thing left.
Right. And then at the end of the day, like literally the next day, he's like, here's a new set for all of these casual collector people of just reprinted, reused artworks from the TCG. I'm like, what is going on, dude?
That's another story.
I think Pokemon taking all the budget, bro. I don't think they're giving Dina anything.
That's great.
no,
They're giving
The last week or so of Pocket has been an incredible ride. I'm not
It's
gonna
just been miserable, bro.
lie. It's been incredible.
I feel like the next best thing we're gonna get from the trading system is trading immersives, and if we ever get to the point of trading crown rares, all the whales are just gonna be like,
Oh, dude.
lost.
Bro,
I don't think that's gonna be good for the game, bro. I'm gonna be real.
I genuinely think
It's just
they
gonna
should
be-
pull trigger and just open trade and let a third party market, let people pay $40 for a gold Pokeball on eBay and stuff.
gold,
Just
yeah.
let it open, let it go, let the game be the game, and just let it be because like that's the only thing that's gonna.
I'm not gonna lie. I feel like if that were to happen, that would be kind of bad.
yeah, I don't think that would be good, but like, fuck it, dude.
Yeah, but
Why
dude,
not?
think about like that's how they. But like, that's what this is.
That's how
though.
everything has a secondary market.
Yeah, this
It
is
is against
Pokemon
TOS,
cards,
though,
bro.
to, like-
It is 100%
It
TOS.
is, but we can't stop. We're just talking about the truth. We can't.
Yeah.
No,
stop
I
that.
know.
Well, the issue, and I mentioned it before, the reason they probably can't do that is actual legal requirements from like a lot of European and Asian countries of gambling laws.
Yeah.
So when there's an actual associated real life money value to individual cards, then it becomes gambling and not a game, which is why they can't do that. So
Yeah.
anyway, it's beside the point.
But yeah,
I just wish
well,
nothing but the best for this game, man.
facts.
That's my final.
Pocket's fine,
piece.
bro.
1000%.
Honestly, the people that are gonna leave Pocket are the people that never cared anyway. So I don't doesn't
Yeah.
100%.
let them bounce. They'll be back. You know, it's whatever.
Like, I'm pretty sure I could speak to this for everybody in here. that none of us are going to be quitting the game anytime soon. Like, we do have like our moments we sound like we hate the game here and there, but like, I mean,
It's
we're
fair
still gonna
criticism
support the game.
sometimes. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
I don't
Mainly
know, this
Sakura.
I do genuinely hate this set.
Well,
Right.
the
I
set
do.
wasn't even that bad, bro. It was just Ice Pop, bro. And it's
Well, I'm just
just
saying the future of Pocket. You know what I'm saying?
It's yeah.
Ice Pop is brutal, dude. What a card. What a brutal
It
card.
is.
I'm
Yeah.
deleting my YouTube channel. I'm actually retiring from YouTube today. So peace out. Have a good one,
Hey,
guys.
yo.
Yo, I'll buy it for 20
Yeah,
bucks. Hold up.
you can take my channel. We'll do Sekiro ads or whatever.
I'm down, bro.
I'll take your
20K.
Pocket account.
Yeah, you
I
can.
need those gold rares, crown rares.
Jeez Louise. Oh man.
Well, anyways, we're gonna wrap it up here. Thank you guys for coming through. Especially Pocket Mads for last minute. I hit you up today and you made a W. And
For sure.
we'll see you guys next time. Peace.